South Carolina. But certainly the focus tonight is on Kansas State as the Wildcats come in at 2-0. Really haven't been tested yet this year. Their two victories have come against Presbyterian at 69-35, and then a road game at Little Rock 77-39. And the big story really with Kansas State, who defeated the Hawkeyes in Manhattan last year, is the return of 6'6" center Aoka Lee. She missed all of last season with a knee injury, and in talking to some of the Kansas State folks, and not quite 100%, right around that 85% range, but certainly well enough to play. And she's got off to an outstanding start to her season with 32 points in just 22 minutes against Little Rock, but certainly has not faced the competition that she will tonight against the University of Iowa. Also, Lisa Bluter moving toward 500 victories in her Iowa career. Of course, well over 800 for her coaching career, but 500 here at Iowa, currently sitting at 497. We'll look for 498 tonight. Hawkeyes talked about the versatility that they have. They've gone with a shorter lineup a couple of the games so far this year, with the likes of Kate Martin, Hannah Stalkey playing that 5 position, along with Gabby Marshall, Caitlin Clark, and Molly Davis. Well, looking at the matchups tonight, Coach Bluter has elected to give Sydney Falter, the Hawkeyes' leading rebounder, her first career start. So it'll be along with Kate Martin and Hannah Stalkey, Gabby Marshall, Caitlin Clark, Sydney Falter, averaging 9.3 boards, gets the call tonight. And of course, the Hawkeyes will use that versatility off the bench as well. Kansas State receiving votes in both the AP poll and the coaches poll. A couple of outstanding players back that had great games against the Hawkeyes in Manhattan last year. So a little payback hopefully on display tonight for the Hawkeyes. A sellout crowd on a Thursday night inside Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa and Kansas State. When we come back, we will get the pregame comments from head coach Lisa Bluter. Looking forward to tonight's contest. And then Tiffany will be along with her keys to a Hawkeye victory, all leading up to our tip scheduled for 7:40. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
To Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact Travel Leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/corngrowsiowa.
Welcome back to Carver Hawkeye Arena as we count down to tip off Iowa and Kansas State. Rob Brooks along with head coach Lisa Bluter on the pregame show. And Coach, a very successful first week, 3-0, and this kind of ramps up a second one against a very good Kansas State team that has a top player in the country back that missed last season.
Yeah, and this is a game we went to their place, lost by 1 point, had a lead for most of the game there, but did lose by 1 point. And they were without their center, Ayoka Lee, who's at 6'6", one of the tallest centers that we're going to go against all year. And so they have her back. Gabby Gregory is a tremendous player who drew 13 fouls against us last year. She just went to the free throw line and scored 24 points against us last year.
You talk about Lee as you've watched her on film. How does she like to play down low?
Well, she's a big, strong post. She's not like super mobile, and so we want to, rim run and beat her down the floor. We'd like to bring out, set ball screens by our post so that she has to come out and guard away from the basket because she is a rim protector down there. She doesn't want to leave the, the circle area much, the old charge circle area much, and just really stay down there and take away rim shots from our guards, which hurts us.
Caitlin Clark, of course, became the all-time leading scorer in Hawkeye history. No doubt it was going to happen, but nice to have that behind, and now she can put a bunch more points on the board.
Well, yeah, now she's just going to keep on building on that record, and for her to do it in such a short amount of time, that's what's really remarkable. I mean, she's just beginning her senior season and already has that record.
And you think, too, Coach, and I was thinking about this on Sunday, to have Caitlin Clark and Megan Gustafson 1-2 in that category. What a representation of Iowa basketball.
Oh, it is. And such quality kids. These are kids from the Midwest. And, Allie Disterhoff was in there. Monica Sinano was in there. Just really, really proud of these kids and how well they're adapting and enjoying our offensive system.
Great to see Gabby Marshall get hot up in Cedar Falls. Amazing. She's 4 steals away from 200, which tells you about her defense and how she prides herself in that area.
Yeah, I mean, Gabby always gets the toughest defensive assignment. Now, I say that, and tonight, I don't think she really does have the toughest assignment. She does have their true point guard, number 4, and at 6'1", their point guard is much taller than Gabby. But really, we really couldn't afford to have Gabby on these other guards that are really going to post her up a lot and be physical. So that's why we have the change in our lineup tonight.
Yeah, Sydney gets her first career start. She certainly earned that, hasn't she?
She's our leading rebounder right now, so she's getting us extra possessions, which I absolutely love. But really, Sid is just a better matchup for Gabby Gregory than Molly Davis would be.
We'll be back with more from Coach Bluter after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
Want to play an integral part in helping the Hawks win championships? Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa football and the Iowa men's and women's basketball programs to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Your tax-deductible Swarm donation will compensate our Iowa student athletes for working to further the missions of local charities such as the United Way, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and more. Go to iowaswarm.com for more information and make Iowa athletics the place for our student athletes to experience the thrill of winning championships.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
I'm Ingrid Lizarraga, breast surgeon at the University of Iowa Holden Comprehensive Cancer Center, the state's only NCI-designated cancer center. Here, we look beyond just the type of cancer you have to discover the molecular details of the disease. We have teams dedicated to each cancer type, with treatments and trials you won't find anywhere else in Iowa. Go to uihc.org/cancer.
Soon we'll go from pool back to school. The end of summer is a total bummer. But yesterday I went shopping and got all the essentials. New backpack, new kicks. Oh, and this is huge. Mom finally got rid of our basic internet and switched us to Extreme. The new Wi-Fi is amazing.
Go back to school with best and fast internet from Extreme. Get speeds from 100 meg up to 1 gig and Wi-Fi 360 Pro with advanced whole home coverage. Call 844-4FASTER or shop online at extreme.com.
Well, Coach, one thing, too, against UNI, shots started to fall, especially in that third quarter, and that was great to see. I'm sure you know this is a very good shooting team.
You mean us?
Yes.
Yes, I agree. I think we are, we just didn't show it the first couple of games of the year. I think we actually shot better in the crossover outside in Kinnick than we did in those first couple of games. But to get Gabby involved in the offense, to get Taylor involved in the offense, that's just good stuff. And Hannah had a 3 at UNI as well. So, yes, when we are a good shooting team, besides Caitlin, we are so hard to guard.
Kansas State, offensively, what do you look for tonight?
Well, first of all, they're trying to really center around Aoka Lee. They do a lot of 4-out-1 in action with her in the middle. They do a lot of ghost screens, ball screens, flip passes, dribble handoffs, where they really try to get the guards, hung up on a screen but we're going to try not switching on those screens tonight. I think they do take advantage of those, and then try to get the ball into Lee with some cross screens at the end. So obviously Hannah's going to have a big job for her, but we think there's some things that we can take advantage of them defensively with.
And after a neutral site victory, a road victory, great to be back in front of the fans here at Carver.
It is, 2 road games basically, and so now we get 2 at home, and we want to enjoy the friendly confines of Carver Hawkeye Arena.
Well, let's do it, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Rob.
Head Coach Lisa Bluter on the pregame show. Back with more after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
When passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hey, Hawkeyes, while your hard-working class are on the court, there's a team behind the scenes making sure that the power keeps going, the water keeps flowing, and the temps inside are just right. Introducing the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative. The collaborative is a public-private partnership between UI, NG, and Meridium. It delivers the funds UI needs to drive our academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Every Hawkeye game is fun, but some seasons are just special, like sold out before it even starts special. But you can still be there to see it. Play the Hawkeye Gold Scratch ticket, and you can win a VIP game day experience to see Iowa women's basketball. The Countdown to Carver promotion from the Iowa Lottery is your chance to witness greatness and some really, really deep threes. To enter your ticket and see details, visit ialottery.com/VIP.
Fans are on their feet as the Hawkeyes out on the court. Basket to our right, warming up. We await Kansas State and don't have to wait anymore for Tiffany's keys to a Hawkeye victory. And Tiffany, how do the Hawks get to 4-0?
Well, I think tonight is going to start with strong post play all the way around. Coach Bluter, you mentioned senior Aoka Lee. She's coming off a 32-point, 10-rebound game versus Little Rock and returning from a knee injury that sat her out all last season. At 6'6", she's the preseason All-Big 12 and All-American candidate. She makes for a formidable presence down low on both offense and defense. Offensively, we need to continue our big, strong, our strong big play, positioning footwork, and not being afraid to leverage our quickness and to attack her. We want to use those agile post moves, those ball fakes to get around her, draw the foul. Coach mentioned she doesn't like to leave that circle, and so if defensively, if we pull her out of that circle and sort of get her out of that place where she's comfortable, we can really disrupt her play. Offensively, the tale of every game and the tale of the Hawkeyes is to push the ball. This is the area where we have arguably our greatest success. Serves as a starting point of a lot of different outcomes. When you push that ball down the court, you can get the easy layups, draw the fouls, stifles the defense, doesn't let the defense get set up, especially the junk D on Caitlin Clark. And finally, when those high percentage options are exhausted, then we set up that half-court offense and we execute. And when we start hitting those threes like we did at UNI, that becomes a deadly combination. Last point, last key, revenge is sweet, Rob. As it's been mentioned several times, we lost a very tough game almost a year ago to the day over in Manhattan, Kansas. And so this is our opportunity to avenge that loss here on our home court. Carver looks to be packed. I see very few empty seats. But it's going to be a tough game. They're returning 6 players, 4 starters from last year, and of course, Aoka Lee is back as well. We couldn't ask for much better conditions for a win tonight. I think this is going to be a fun matchup.
No doubt about it. And when the schedule came out, this is a home and home. Last year, as you mentioned, the Hawkeyes played at Manhattan, and the return game here, Kansas State at Iowa. 2 of those players that you mentioned for Kansas State that really had big games last year was Serena Sundell, a 6'1" junior, had 25 points against the Hawks a season ago. Gabby Gregory had 24, and as Coach Bluter said in the pregame show, drew 13 fouls. And those 2 were really the 2 players that kept Kansas State in the game and eventually able to win it. You mentioned the 3-point shooting. It really, up at UNI, Tiffany, in that third quarter when Iowa outscored UNI 35-16, really set the tone. Ended up 11 of 27 from 3, and great to see Gabby Marshall knock down 5 of 10 from deep.
Yeah, she had been scoreless up until the UNI game, and if I recall last year, towards the end of the season, she kind of was in a shooting slump. And so you're always rooting for the shooters to get back in their groove. It was great to see her shoot the ball well. Again, as Coach Bluter mentioned, it's fun when you see Hannah Stokey shoot the 3, make the 3. It just really makes our offense lethal. Obviously, Caitlin Clark's going to be our go-to shooter, but when we have a sort of a balanced attack from behind the 3-point line, it is dangerous.
Molly's Cupcakes is proudly serving their cookies and treats inside Kinnick Stadium and also Carver Hawkeye Arena. For a taste of unique flavors you'll love, stop by their downtown Iowa City location for homemade cupcakes, cookies, cakes, bars, and coffee drinks. Molly's Cupcakes, a proud supporter of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Also, Hawk fans, experience your home away from home at Coralville's finest all-suite hotels, the Homewood Suites and the Home 2 Suites by Hilton. Each offer guests spacious suites, complimentary breakfast, 24-hour fitness center, pool, hot tub, guest laundry, and convenient locations. Let their warm and friendly staff take care of you and your family when you visit Hawkeye Country. We'll have tonight's national anthem, and then, of course, the starting lineups. We already talked about the Hawkeyes, and the first time that we will see the lineup of Kate Martin, averaging 6.4. Hannah Stokey at 7.3, also shooting 63% from the floor. Gabby Marshall, who has started 102 games, along with Caitlin Clark, who became the Hawkeyes' all-time leading scorer in the game against UNI on Sunday, and Sydney Fulter averaging 5 and 9.3 rebounds to lead the Hawkeyes in that category, gets her first start. Now the presentation of the colors and tonight's national anthem.
Our nation's colors are cadets from the University of Iowa Army ROTC. Performing our national anthem is Aaron Bolden. Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we
Tonight's national anthem before Iowa and Kansas State. I gave you the Iowa starters. Kansas State receiving votes in both polls so far this year, 2-0. Victories over Presbyterian and a road victory at Little Rock. Jalen Glenn, 6'1" junior from Kansas City, Missouri, averaging 7.5 and 4 rebounds per game. She'll be joined by Serena Sundell, 6'1" junior from Maryville, Missouri, averaging 4.5 and 3.5, leading assists in that starting lineup at 5 per game. Briley Glenn, sister of Jalen, also a 6' junior from Kansas City, averaging 5.5. Gabby Gregory, 6' senior from Tulsa, Oklahoma, averaging 4.5. And then Aoka Lee, a 6'6" senior out of Byron, Minnesota, been the big scorer for K-State. No surprise at 23 points and 8.5 rebounds. So it's really a balanced 4 along with a big-time score so far. And of course, at midcourt, Caitlin Clark getting the painted basketball with the all-time leading score presented by Coach Bluter. Yeah, that was a fun exchange that Megan had with Caitlin Clark, texting her the night before the game, and then Megan being on the plane as she was traveling on Sunday, getting on the plane as Iowa's all-time leading scorer, getting off as number 2.
Yeah, and the fact that Megan has been such a good sport about it speaks to the sort of camaraderie that the Iowa women's basketball program has created. But yeah, what fun to sort of see that play out online for everybody.
Tonight's game sponsor is the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, a public-private partnership between the university, ENGIE, and Meridium. The collective delivers the funds the University of Iowa needs to drive academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Thank you to the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative for their partnership with Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball this year. Kansas State starters being introduced. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited, Iowa's official bowl tour. Proud to announce the Iowa Hawkeyes, of course, are bowl eligible, going for that West Division title this Saturday against Illinois. Travel Leaders Destinations Unlimited is Iowa's leader for game tickets, air travel, and hotel. Sign up to automatically receive official bowl travel information at HawkeyeSports.com/Bowl Central. So now the video that everybody has seen, the hype video before the Iowa starting lineup.
I call this a creative masterpiece.
It's very well done. There's no doubt about it.
And I heard that the band was pretty excited to be represented, in this video as well. Nothing beats a good clarinet riff. And I don't know if our listeners can hear, but it's about to come here, and you never thought you'd see the clarinet played in such a fun way. There it is.
And this sold-out crowd will enjoy it every single time out. This is the first of 2 big games this week for the Hawkeyes. Of course, after tonight, we'll get ready for the Drake Bulldogs, a Sunday night game. That's a 6 o'clock tip. And remember, Drake, and we were monitoring that score on Sunday afternoon, took down Iowa State.
Yeah, they are going to be a tough opponent, well coached, and I think this will be a great game, maybe our toughest in-state matchup this year.
But certainly first things first as Hannah Stalkey is introduced. Hawks will be in the home white uniforms tonight. Tonight's opening tip is brought to you by Farmers State Bank. Earn $250 when you open an eligible checking account at the Tiffin branch or online. Get rewarded for banking with FSB. Visit myfsbonline.com for complete details. Subject to approval, minimum $50 deposit, requires e-statements and direct deposit. Member FDIC. To Tiffany, we've talked about the versatility because Iowa, pretty much went with the exact same lineup when all were healthy last year, just kind of a plug and play. But now it's been kind of matching to the opponent so far this year.
It has, and that's an interesting approach that I think I'm really liking so far. For the team, it allows new opportunities, and but again, going back to Coach Bluter, it matches up with the team. Sid is the person tonight that's going to match up with Gabby Gregory, and Sunday, who knows who it'll be. It's great to be able to rotate around your starters in such a way.
But you also know if you're Molly Davis, Taylor McCabe, Kylie Feuerbach, Addie O'Grady, Sharon Goodman, you have to be ready to go because you know more than most nights your number is going to be called.
Exactly. Any of our bench players need to be ready to go, and things change quickly. Foul trouble changes the dynamic. The hot hand changes the dynamic. Which again makes this team really fun to watch, is because you never know. Well, you always know that Caitlin Clark is going to have a strong stat line, but really from there it's anybody's game.
K-State will have Aoka Lee at 6'6", jumping against Hannah Stalkey. Kansas State in the gray road uniforms, script Wildcats across the front in purple. So Hannah can get in the air, there's no doubt about it, but
So I think this would be her second 6'6" opponent that she's going up with. If I recall correctly, Elizabeth Kitley stood at about 6'6". I don't know if she won the tip-off versus her, so we'll see where she stands tonight.
And the ball is in the air. Lee does win the tip, and it's dug up by Glenn as Kansas State. Offensively, the basket to our left. Welcome to courtside Carver Hawkeye Arena. Thursday night basketball for you. Big game in November. Inside Lee gathers, goes up a little bit strong with the short shot. Martin the rebound, ahead to Sydney. A falter into the front court on the right wing. Now Marshall, free throw line extended right, holds the ball at her waist. Takes a couple of dribbles with the left hand. Now gets it to Clark in between the circles. Jalen Glenn is on her. Clark turns and goes up. 15-foot jump shot from the elbow and is blocked from behind, but a foul will be called on Jalen Glenn.
It looks like they're coming out just a straight man-to-man. We'll have to wait and see, but in that case, yep, keep on-ball screen as Hannah Stolke just did. Keep driving to the hoop.
Caitlin Clark was 10 out of 12 from the free throw line against UNI. Misses the first one. Just underway from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Second one, perfect. Hawks 1-0. Kansas State brings the ball across the timeline with Sundell. Now to Glenn. Jalen drives down the right side, flips it inside the lead. Left-handed layup is good.
They're really looking to sort of just lob it in for her.
Yeah, no question what the game plan is. Here's Clark on the left wing. Comes off a screen, three straight away off the left side of the iron, and Lee corrals the rebound and finds Sundell, who crosses the timeline, top of the key. Back to the basket, now wheels down the right side of the lane. Now Paint kicks it back out. Good defense by the Hawks. Glenn on the left wing. Sisters playing catch and tried to get inside, picked off by Gabby Marshall. Drives down and tried to get a pass across the lane to Hannah Stalkey. It was behind her, goes out of bounds, and the officials are going to say it went off the Wildcats, and we'll see if that stands. It will not. Kansas State basketball. Jeff Mitty, head coach for the Wildcats in his 10th year. At TCU a long time before that. 2-1, Kansas State with the lead in the basketball. Here's Sundell, right wing, now kicks it left side to Glenn. In the corner now to Briley Glenn. Inside Lee, she's doubled. Kicks it back out to Glenn, fires a three, no good. Briley missed it. Long rebound to Gabby Marshall across the timeline. Top of the key, Clark. She drives the right side, back to the basket, turnaround little floater, short off the left side of the iron. Loose ball is dug up by Kansas State, and a push will be called on Kate Martin against Serena Sundell.
I think Caitlin Clark was a little off balance, maybe not the best shot selection there. Hawks kind of need to calm down a little bit and kind of just clean it up.
2-1 Wildcats. Quickly get it into Glenn. Missed another layup from the right side, and then trying to bat the ball out to a teammate. Hits Kate Martin. That foul will go on the 6-6 lead.
I think she batted Kate Martin plumb on the forehead. I know she didn't mean to, but that was definitely where her hand landed. Kate looks okay, though.
Hawkeye basketball down 2-1. 2 minutes into the game. Top of the key, Stalky drives down the left side. Left-handed layup is good. Goes up strong. Lee commits her second foul.
That got the crowd going.
That's the best defense against a potential All-American.
Yeah, and just on that play alone, you can tell that Hannah Stolke has a speed and agility advantage on Lee.
And she drains the free throw. A huge three-point play, and Lee will have to come out of the game at the 7:45 mark. Hawkeyes on top, 4-2. Sundell drops a pass inside to Glenn. She couldn't get it up, too far underneath the hoop. Clark the rebound. Flips a pass to a Falter, left wing, inside Stalky, trying to pass it to Caitlin Clark in the paint. Probably not enough space there.
It was the right-ish idea, but just, as you said, they were maybe 6 inches too close to be able to execute that.
Yeah, Hannah needed to take that one up. Sundell for three, swishes this one from the right wing.
She is one we want to keep maintained. Again, she had 5 points against us last year.
5-4 as Clark slices in the right side, goes up in traffic and is bumped to the ground, no call, but the Hawkeyes get the offensive rebound. Marshall to a Falter, drives down the left side, scoop shot, no. Rebound taken down by Sanchez into the game. She's the backup post player, transfer from Arizona. Has the ball at the top of the key. Left side, Glenn. Briley Glenn drives baseline, spins on the block, goes up, and taking a charge is Caitlin Clark.
That there were 2 elbows thrown in that sequence of play. That was great defense by Caitlin Clark to stay calm. She's calm right now and be enough to kind of irk me off a little bit. And Hawkeye possession.
Sharon Goodman into the game for Hannah Stalke. 5-4 Wildcats. 6:40 left to go in the first. Now Hannah's going to stay in the game, and Sydney Falter will come out.
So the Hawks are going to go with a little bit bigger lineup here, which is smart, as Lee's sitting with 2 fouls.
And we'll see how long she sits. Hawks trying to take advantage. Leading scorer on the bench for Kansas State. Here's Martin to the top of the key. Holds the ball, takes one dribble. Now Clark, free throw line extended right. Stalky comes out for a screen. Clark in that same area, now gets it to Marshall with 7 to shoot. Now to Clark, right wing. Bounce pass inside. Stalky goes up and traveled before she could put that ball on the floor as the shot clock was inside of 5 seconds.
Yeah, that would have been a really cool play, but it was just a little too rushed. And
you could tell the Hawkeyes felt the clock was on its final couple of ticks. Wildcats by 1 with the ball. Here's a deep three-pointer by Sanchez. No good. Missed it from the top of the key. Clark, the rebound across the timeline for the Hawkeyes. Dribbles behind her back. Angles left side. Gets it to Kate Martin. Three-pointer deep in the corner. No good. Just hung on the rim. Fell off to the right side as Sundell brings the ball in the front court. Here's a quick three-pointer. Wild shot by Gregory. Clark, another rebound. Across the timeline. Chases down the basketball on the left wing. Now gets a Goodman screen down the right side all the way to the rim. Has that shot blocked away by some help defense. Ball into the hands of Jalen Glenn. Deep in the corner. Sides. Just into the game. Free throw line extended right. Bounce pass attempt inside. And it is kicked by Hannah Stalkey with 5:17 left to go first quarter. 5-4 Wildcats. Molly Davis for Kate Martin.
I think everybody out on the court, both teams can use this little breather. It's been kind of a back and forth.
Quick shots up and down.
Long rebounds.
Zy Walker into the game, transfer from Louisville. Had 10 against Little Rock. Ball possession for Kansas State. They get it in along the baseline. Now drop pass inside and creating some space is Gregory. Missed the shot from the right block. Clark gets a down court pass to Davis, who flips it inside to Stalkey and tried to get it to Goodman, and she couldn't handle it.
So again, Stolke has those Velcro hands. The pass was almost too high for her. She grabbed it, maintained control, and then again, just the sequence got a little bit too fast. This is where the Hawkeyes on offense, even though my key to the game was to push the ball, I think they could actually slow down a bit.
Slow the pace down, especially in the half court.
Yep.
Wildcats by 1. With the basketball. Here's Sides. Kicks it out to Sanchez. Trying to back in on Sharon Goodman on the right block. Has to kick it out. And Sides can't hit the three-pointer from the right wing. Sanchez hustles down the ball in the corner. Another opportunity for K-State. Walker for three. Gets it to go. So Zy Walker, her first basket. And it's 8-4 Wildcats. Here's Gabby Marshall on the right wing for the Hawkeyes. Gets it to Stalkey. Out behind the three-point arc. Takes a couple dribbles. Cross-court pass to Molly Davis. She gets into the paint. Now back outside to Marshall. She fakes, goes up from 15. No. Gets her own rebound. Put back good off the window. Way to stay with it, Gabby.
Exactly. And that the Hawks had been 0-4 on their last shots. That broke that, and Gabby sticking with it and just cool, calm, collected, putting it back up.
Wildcats by 2 with the ball. Here's Sundell. Free throw line extended right. Crossover dribble. Whips a pass right side. Sanchez three. Right wing no. Stalkey the rebound. Nice box out. Gets it ahead to Davis across the timeline. Kylie Feuerbach in the game. Right wing. Drives baseline. Kicks it to Goodman at the elbow. Now Stalkey drives down the right side. Almost had it taken away. Gathers it and goes up strong and finishes.
Hannah muscles Stolke. I mean, that was a power play right there.
Another great offensive start for Hannah Stalkey. We're tied at 8. As Sundell along the baseline has to kick it out. Sides, then fakes a three, drives the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. Hannah Stalkey the rebound. Coach Bluter wants the pace slowed just a bit. Feuerbach across the timeline. Davis right wing, cross-court pass to Gabby Marshall for three. No good, skipped off the left side into the hands of Walker. She brings it across the timeline for K-State. Now Gregory drives the paint. Shot no. Sanchez lost the rebound into the hands of Gabby Marshall. We're tied at 8, 2:41 left to go first quarter. That's right, we're tied at 8. Here's Davis out near the Iowa logo. Gets a Goodman screen. Sharon will go down and post. And now gets the basketball and a whistle underneath. And I think we'll get a hold on Kansas State. Casella Sanchez kind of backs up the 3 and the 4, but he's playing a little 5 with Aoka Lee, the star for Kansas State, on the bench. She committed her second foul at the 7:45 mark. We haven't seen her since. Timeout on the floor. Tonight's game is brought to you by Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. We're tied at 8-2 and 29 left to go. First quarter from Carver Hawkeye Arena, Iowa and K-State. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Did you know that UI ranks near the top of the EPA's Green Power Leaderboard? With 84% of our energy coming from renewable sources. Now you can be a part of the team that makes it happen. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, our partner in a collaborative, ENGIE North America, is now offering part-time, on-campus positions where you can get hands-on, career-inspiring experience in sustainable utility systems management. Check out the jobs and apply now at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Every Hawkeye game is fun, but some seasons are just special, like sold out before it even starts special. But you can still be there to see it. Play the Hawkeye Gold Scratch ticket, and you can win a VIP game day experience to see Iowa women's basketball. The Countdown to Carver promotion from the Iowa Lottery is your chance to witness greatness and some really, really deep threes. To enter your ticket and see details, visit ialottery.com/VIP.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Service all game long.
Welcome back courtside, Carver Hawkeye Arena. Rob Brooks along with Tiffany Reedy. 8-8, 2:29 left to go in the first, and neither team shooting the basketball well. Kansas State won for their last 8, have a scoring drought that has lasted over 2 minutes. Somebody's got to get hot.
I know. Rarely do we see Caitlin Clark with 1 point this far into a quarter. But just, yeah, across the board, both teams just sort of struggling right now. Again, it's been a really fast-paced, kind of sloppy game.
Will be at the line shooting 2.
So after the last foul, Sharon Goodman will get a pair. Hawkeyes 2 out of 3 from the line so far, and Goodman connects on the first. And happy birthday to Sharon Goodman yesterday.
I'm not sure, 21, 20? I should have asked her that when we wished her happy birthday earlier.
Misses the second, but Kate Martin gets the offensive rebound. Clark back in there. Martin on the left wing, now to Goodman. 10 feet away from the hoop, right side. Feuerbach drives the lane, has the shot blocked away as Lee is back in there.
I actually like that drive to the hoop by Kylie Feuerbach. I think she had her opponent, but then she just ran into that brick wall of Aoka Lee. Maybe needed to pull up for a jump shot.
But keep taking it at her, see if you can
Yeah.
get that third.
Yeah.
Here's Clark driving down the right side, goes up strong on the block, and finishes Caitlin Clark with 3. Hawks by 3. 2 minutes exactly left to go, first quarter. Here's Sundell. Gets a pass to the right side. Walker, she drives the paint, kicks it to Sides. Left wing 3 is good.
A 3-point basket for Karen Sides.
Backup point guard gets her first basket. We're tied at 11. Here's Clark, gets into the paint. Little step back 13-footer. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound taken down by Jalen Glenn. Across the timeline, Sides gets into the paint. Lob pass inside Lee and put it up and in. That'll be tough to stop in transition.
Exactly, and Kansas State is pushing the ball hard, and with Lee's height, it's just an easy little lap, so the Hawks have got to get back and get turned around.
Deep 3 off the mark by Clark. O'Grady gets the rebound and then drops it off for Molly Davis. Here's Feuerbach in the left wing, now to Clark, being defended by Walker. Caitlin drives and tried to kick it out, and it's picked off. Nice defense by Kansas State. On the move is Sundell. Had her layup blocked by Kate Martin. Hawks back the other way. Davis across the timeline. Right side, Feuerbach fires a three-pointer. Skips off the front of the iron. Fight for the rebound. Touch last by Kate Martin of the Hawkeyes.
The Hawkeyes can't seem to kind of get into the groove right now. We have some,
not a lot of flow to this game.
Exactly. Flow is the word. Just not getting into the flow. Have a good shot here or a good pass there, but can't get it all together.
Kansas State by 2 with the basketball. 45 seconds left to go, first quarter. Sides. Gets it to Glenn. Cross-court pass to Walker in the corner. She takes a couple dribbles behind her back. Now kicks it back out to Glenn. Try to get it inside to Lee. Goes off her right hand into the hands of Gabby Marshall across the timeline. And the Hawks can hold with 20 seconds left to go in the quarter. Iowa down 2, 13-11. Clark just hanging out near the timeline. Sides comes out on her. See if the Hawkeyes can execute here at the end of the quarter. Here's Clark, gets to the free throw line, hesitates, goes up from 13, no, but contact and a foul will be called on Kansas State's Taryn Sides. So with 2.3 seconds left to go in the first, it'll be Clark at the free throw line. She is 1 for 2 so far tonight, and Molly Davis returns for Kate Martin. Caitlin's first is perfect. Clark with 4, averaging 27.3. Second rotation good, got it. Tied at 13, Kylie Feuerbach for Clark to give her a couple extra seconds. And the Hawkeyes will make sure the ball's in bounds in the backcourt. Sides from half court, off the window. And it might have skipped off the front of the iron. We've seen too many of those.
Exactly. We just saw in Virginia Tech about a half court last second shot. That was closer than I wanted it to be, but.
The first 10 minutes come to a close, tied at 13. Set up the best zone defense from home heating costs this winter. Tune up your furnace. Seal up drafts around your home and visit MidAmericanEnergy.com to find more ways to keep warm with less energy. We'll head to the second, tied at 13, Iowa and Kansas State. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/corngrowsiowa.
Right now, new and current customers can get any phone for free at U.S. Cellular. So you can connect with all your family members this holiday season, like your snowbird grandparents, your adorable nieces, or your favorite uncle. Just think, with any phone free from U.S. Cellular, you can even call your aunt who always makes you talk to your cousin, who's a dog. Or, maybe just send her a festive text. Everyone can get the gift of connection at U.S. Cellular. Get any phone free today. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. Visit uscellular.com for details.
Tied at 13 after 1. Kansas State is led for 6 minutes and 37 seconds. The Hawks for 123. Neither team shooting well at all. Kansas State 5 of 17. That's just under 30%. Hawkeyes 4 out of 16, 25%. Iowa 0 for 5 from 3. Have got to the free throw line 7 times and converted 5. where K-State hasn't been to the free throw line at all.
Yeah, sometimes in a game where you're not shooting well, that little advantage of getting to those free points at the free throw line is huge. It's kept us in the game for sure.
Throughout the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series, Iowa Corn promotes values that are uniquely Iowan. On behalf of Iowa's corn farmers, we salute all athletes for their hard work and determination, both on and off the field. Just like our athletes, our state leads the nation in corn and ethanol production. Follow Iowa Corn on Facebook to learn how corn grows Iowa. Hawkeye basketball to start quarter number 2. See if the Hawks can get hot. Here's Clark in between the circles. Walker out on her. Gets it to Hannah Stolke. One dribble into the corner. Three-pointer, Gabby Marshall. No. Martin goes after the weak side board, but it goes out of bounds along the baseline over to K-State. Hawkeyes scored 94 points against UNI. Here's Walker down the right side. Clark on her. Now pulls back after attempting to get to the basket. Gets the ball back from Gregory. Now to Sundell. Inside, Gregory turns in the paint. No. And a Fulter goes after the rebound and saves it. And then throws it off the leg of Sanchez and out of bounds.
That's good when those things work out. A little risky under their hoop, but
tied at 13, just underway, second quarter. Clark will walk the ball across the timeline. Walker greets her. Now right side. Martin inside. Stolke goes up strong on the right side. No, but gets her own rebound. Kicks it back out. Here's Gabby Marshall on the right wing. Jalen Glenn on her. And then Clark has the ball knocked away and out of bounds by Walker. Good defender. She's working hard against Clark.
Yeah, she really is. And actually the whole team's a pretty scrappy team that just kind of gets their hands involved.
Here's Clark at the elbow. Hesitates. Now Gabby Marshall, free throw line extended left. 4 to shoot. Tries to drive, loses the ball. Now a Fulter slips a shot up at the buzzer. No good with the left hand. Rebound taken down by Sanchez of Kansas State. Tied at 13, just underway, second quarter. Sundell gets the ball to Sanchez, right wing. At the elbow, backing her way in the paint. Turns, floater, no. Rebound, Hannah Stolke. Nice defense by Hannah.
Yeah, she has quick feet. She's able to.
Clark, long three, no.
I was hoping that'd go in. That's why I stopped mid-sentence.
Need one, right? Here's Sundell, right wing, drives baseline, kicks it to Walker in the corner. Left shot is no good. Rebound and putback is good by Sanchez. 6'3" sophomore, transfer from Arizona. Wildcats go up by 2 early in the second quarter. 2 minutes in. Here's Marshall on the right wing for the Hawkeyes. Gets a Stolke screen, now free throw line extended right. Sanchez fronting Stolke down low. Now Clark out on the Hawkeye logo. Walker on her, she angles right side, hesitates, now step back long, 2 is good.
The Wildcats are defending the on-ball screen really well, and that requires Caitlin to get creative coming off the screen.
Then all the way to the hoop, untouched is Serena Sundell. And then Gabby Marshall can't handle the long down court pass from Kate Martin. That's a Hawkeye turnover. Iowa down 2.
The good news is we're down 2 and really kind of playing some sloppy basketball.
Sundell, point guard for Kansas State, angles right side and takes it all the way down along the baseline, kicks it to Glenn. Now back to Sundell, drives baseline left side, reverse layup, no good. Rebound, Hannah Stolke. Gets it to Marshall across the timeline on the left wing. Now dribbles to the middle, hands it off to Clark, left side. Comes to the high post area, hesitates, goes down the right side of the paint. Bank shot too strong. A lot of help defense by the Wildcats.
Help defense and really able to stay on Clark. Hasn't been able to turn the corner like she normally can.
With those free layups that we've been able to see. Here's Glenn for three, left wing, swish. Jalen Glenn gets her first basket. Very capable three-point shooter. Wildcats by 5. 6:25 left to go. Second. Lob pass inside. Hannah Stalky. Catch underneath the basket. Layup good.
Bingo. Again, to point out to our listeners, Hannah caught that ball with her right hand, switched it over, and put it up with her left hand. It just shows her athletic ability.
Gregory tries to back her way in on the right block. Lost control of the ball and out of bounds. Hawkeye defense was there as Addie O'Grady returns. Hawkeyes did touch it last. Still be Kansas State basketball along the baseline. And Aoka Lee back in the game with 2 fouls. Sides back in, will throw it in along the baseline. Gets it into Lee, being defended by O'Grady. Now back to Sides on the right wing. Now Lee will back down and post, but a cross-court pass to Gregory. Good ball movement by the Wildcats. Glenn takes it to the rim, no. And the putback attempt by Lee is no good. O'Grady with the foul.
Foul is on Iowa's number 44, Addie O'Grady. That is her first, team first.
That'll be Addie's first, and free throws for Lee.
To shoot 2 will be number 50, Aoka Lee.
Had that knee injury last year. Missed the entire season. Swishes the first free throw. She has 5. Scored an NCAA record 61 points in a game. Second one, good.
Wow, 61 points.
That's a few. Sundell back for the Wildcats, 22-17, K-State. 5:45 left to go until halftime. Here's Stalky at the top of the key. Drives right side, goes up strong with the right hand and finishes.
She's heating up here in the best of ways. She's really showing her versatility out there.
Take it over.
And the ball handling skills that she just exhibited. She crossed the player over and took it to the hoop.
Here's Walker. Tries to drive. She's cut off. Back out to Gregory. Walker. Ball tipped in the air. Retrieved by Lee. Clark did the job defensively. Here's Walker now. Pull-up jumper from the baseline is good from 15. Transfer from Louisville. Had 10 against Little Rock. And it's 24-19. 5 to go, second quarter. Hawks down with the ball. Here's Stalky, top of the key, drives right side, turns on the block, whips a pass to Addie O'Grady. Layup no good. Beautiful pass. O'Grady couldn't finish. Here's Sundell on the right wing for Kansas State. Fakes, gets into the paint, kicks it out to Walker. Now inside Lee, she's doubled. Kicks it back out to Sundell for 3. Wild shot, no, but gets her own rebound and then loses it to Stalky. Ahead to Clark in the front court. Now kicks it right side, Marshall. Gabby gets it back to Caitlin Clark on the right side. Iowa down 5. Now Caitlin at the free throw line. Turns, spins, paint, up and under, move, good.
That is old school, fun, the crossover to the hoop.
And Walker went for the fake.
Yep.
Long 3, good. From the right wing by Sides. Not afraid to shoot it. She has 2 threes.
I would say my synopsis of Kansas State so far is they're pretty fearless across the board.
Stalky down on the right block. Kicks it left side to Falter. 27-21. A Falter drops it into O'Grady on the move. Left-handed layup good.
Excellent play by Sydney Falter. Knew just how far to dribble, get that defense came, stepped up on her, and just an easy dish to Addie O'Grady.
5 substitutes wait to enter the game at the 3:20 mark, second quarter. Hawks down 27-23. Lee down on the right block. Turns off O'Grady. No good. A little bit strong with the hook. Clark with the rebound across the timeline. Angles right side. Step back three. Right wing. No good. Sydney Falter. The putback off the window is good. And she's fouled.
There we go, folks. Sydney Falter. Muscles. Also muscles.
Well, that's why she got the start, and that's why she's Iowa's leading rebounder through the first 3 games this year. So Sydney will get 1 free throw. The Hawks down 2 with 3:03 left to go. Second quarter, timeout on the floor. Hawk fans, another sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball, Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Knows you're here for every fadeaway, every alley-oop, every buzzer beater. And Wellmark is here for every moment, too. With trusted health coverage committed to making healthcare better. Learn more at wellmark.com/hoops. 3:03 left to go. Second quarter. It is Kansas State 27, Iowa 25. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Some good news for the Hawkeyes. Iowa has made 5 of their last 7 from the floor, but still trail, but only by 2 points, 27-25. Is your small business ready for a big promotion? To support and celebrate small businesses, United Healthcare and Hawkeye Athletics are teaming up for the Spotlight on Small Business Sweepstakes. Winners receive radio promotions, social media recognition, and more. To enter, visit HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. United Healthcare, a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. A lot of Hannah Stalkey and Caitlin Clark trying to get that offense going. Iowa's playing good on defense and really doing a good job on the boards.
Yep.
Tiffany out rebounding Kansas State 23-17.
Yeah, I think we just need to keep focusing on taking care of the ball. We do have 6 turnovers. Taking care of the ball, slowing down a little bit. I'd like to see Sydney Falter score, get to the free throw line, and sort of build that part of her game up. She's been such a rebounding extraordinaire, and I think if she can become an offensive threat, it just makes her a little bit more powerful out there.
Missed the free throw, but had that big putback for her first basket of the ball game. 27-25, Kansas State with the lead in the ball. Here's Gregory at the 15-foot mark. Lob pass into Lee. Intercepted and stolen by Sharon Goodman. Gets it to Marshall across the timeline. Now a Falter, left wing. Bounce pass inside to Kate Martin, and she'll dribble it out to the left wing. 2:30 left to go, second quarter. Hawks down 2. Here's Clark. Gets into the paint, kicks it off Sharon Goodman. Short jumper on the left baseline is good.
Hello, Sharon. Great shot. She kept her poise, nailed it.
And a really good find by Caitlin Clark.
Yeah.
Here's Glenn down the right side. Backs in. Kicks it to her sister Briley. Now Lee Off the block, left wing. Now back to Glenn. Their runner coming off a screen is no good.
Great
Goodman the rebound.
Positioning by Sharon Goodman as well.
Fast break for the Hawkeyes and a blown layup by Martin, but she fights for an extra opportunity. Gets it to Clark for three. A little bit strong, top of the key. Goodman hustles after the ball and pushes it to Clark. Another opportunity for Iowa. Now Kate Martin for three. No good. Bounced on the rim 3 times and popped out. Looked good the entire way.
That's just one where a little, I don't know, maybe the crowd clapping moved the trajectory of the ball. I don't know. It looked like it was going in to me.
Tied at 27. Glenn racing to the hoop down the left side. Left-handed layup is no good. Lost control of it on the way up. Hawks with the rebound. In the front court, Gabby Marshall gets it to Clark, coming off a screen, top of the key, three, count it.
It's heating up now. She needed that.
Well, keep firing, right?
Yep.
Timeout, K-State, 30 seconds.
First three-pointer of the night for the Hawkeyes. And again, sometimes it's just getting that off that monkey off your back, and now we're feeling good.
After starting 0 for 8. So the Hawks take the lead in 30-27. 1:06 left to go until halftime.
The Hawks are on a 9-0 run over the last 2.5 minutes. And KSU is probably on a scoring down for the last 3. So you see that sort of shift all of a sudden, just like that. In a couple minutes, you can really sort of shift the momentum and the vibe of the game.
Also in for the Hawks.
So Davis, Feuerbach, Clark, Goodman, Stokey. Sundell brings it across the timeline for the Wildcats. Iowa by 3. Davis comes out to greet her. Now Glenn on the left wing. Wildcats working it around the arc and then finds Glenn on the baseline. Kicks it off to Sanchez and she drops in a 15-footer from the elbow. That's 4 on her. Contact underneath as Hannah Stolke hits the deck. And she gets helped up by Feuerbach as the ball goes out of bounds along the baseline. Over to K-State.
Martin checking in for Hannah Stolke.
Solid minutes by Hannah Stolke so far tonight. 9 points, 6 rebounds already.
Very active. Both ends of the floor. 30-29 Hawkeyes, 30 seconds left to go. Iowa will get the ball back. K-State has it now. Sundell whips a pass to Sanchez, top of the key. Dribbles to the elbow. Holds against Sharon Goodman. Finally kicks it out to Gregory. Gregory, a long 3. That's an air ball. Clark retrieves it underneath the basket, and the Hawks will hold for the final shot of the second quarter. We're under 10. Here's Clark on the right wing. Fakes a 3. Lob pass into Goodman. Goes up. Couldn't finish. Tried to maneuver to the left wing or the left part of the block. And just got caught too far underneath and knew she had to hurry to get it up.
Exactly. But I do appreciate that she knew where to get her body to get the basket, but she's just a little off balance.
And the 3 was nicely defended by Kansas State, so that really wasn't an option for Clark as the shot clock showed zeros. And that's where we are at the half. 30 for the Hawkeyes, 29 for Kansas State. As our proud sponsor, U.S. Cellular is built for the Hawkeyes. They're built for great interceptions and better reception, watching touchdowns instead of touchscreens, and waving before streaming. After all, game day only comes once a week. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Bud Light halftime show coming up next. Iowa 30, Kansas State 29 from Carver Hawkeye Arena. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 Best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability. And you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Running a business is a lot of work. Luckily, I've got a great partner.
Oh, I thank you.
I meant U.S. Bank.
I knew that.
U.S. Bank Business Essentials is a huge help to us.
Totally. Their comprehensive point-of-sale system does it all. Tracks inventory, manages schedules, customizes orders.
Plus all the regular banking stuff.
If only it could make coffee.
Nah, that's your job.
From point of sale to quick loans, we have many ways to make your business boom. That's what U.S. Bank is for. U.S. Bank. We'll get there together. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture. That means the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start. I'm Aaron Bose, pediatric neurologist with University of Iowa Healthcare. Here, we're working together every day to advance medicine so you can get the best care. With more research, more clinical trials, and more treatment options than anywhere else in the state, the University of Iowa Healthcare is changing medicine and changing lives. Learn more at uihc.org.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Brought to you by Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Hy-Vee, score big savings with the new Hy-Vee Perks membership. Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit ialottery.com for details. Honda, to see how Honda crushes the competition, see your Central Midwest Honda dealer. Honda gets the Midwest. And by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. This is the Bud Light Halftime Show. Now back to courtside.
Hawkeyes by 1, 30-29 at the half. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative is proud to be the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye women's basketball the entire season, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right. Learn more at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Let's take a look at the first half statistics, and they are brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the all-new, totally free Hy-Vee Perks membership.
Well, Rob, Caitlin Clark got off to a slow start, scoring just 5 points in the first quarter, but she ended the half with 12 points and 5 rebounds and a couple of assists. Hannah Stolke's really had some strong play tonight, 9 points, 6 rebounds, and followed by Sharon Goodman. In just 5 minutes, she scored 3 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 offensive rebounds. Kate Martin also has 5 rebounds, 3 offensive rebounds herself. What's interesting for Kansas State, their star guard, Gabby Gregory, who averaged 18 points last year, has been held scoreless tonight. 0 for behind the three-point line, field goals, no rebounds. Aoka Lee ran into some foul trouble. She's there with 6 points, 5 rebounds. Serena Sundell, 5 points, 2 rebounds. And Gisela Sanchez has 4 points with 5 rebounds. In terms of team shooting, team statistics, Iowa sort of pulled it together, shooting 34%, Kansas State shooting 32%. Iowa still struggling from behind the line with that 1 3-pointer of Caitlin Clark. Again, the Hawks are out rebounding Kansas State 29-19, and the Hawks have 18 points in the paint to Kansas State's 8. So some positive things here in the statistics tonight. I think this is going to go down to the wire.
And you think the Hawkeyes just shoot the ball well and certainly can earn a victory tonight. But as you mentioned, Tiffany, won't be easy. We were tied at 13 after 1, and then Iowa outscored K-State in the second quarter 17-16. K-State is led for 12 minutes and 14 seconds. Iowa for 2:31. This is the halftime show brought to you by Bud Light. Bud Light, proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Iowa 30, Kansas State 29. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Want to play an integral part in helping the Hawks win championships? Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa football and the Iowa men's and women's basketball programs to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Your tax-deductible Swarm donation will compensate our Iowa student athletes for working to further the missions of local charities such as the United Way, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and more. Go to iowaswarm.com for more information and make Iowa athletics the place for our student athletes to experience the thrill of winning championships.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with travel leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact travel leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability. And you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
Every Hawkeye game is fun, but some seasons are just special, like sold out before it even starts special. But you can still be there to see it. Play the Hawkeye Gold Scratch ticket, and you can win a VIP game day experience to see Iowa women's basketball. The Countdown to Carver promotion from the Iowa Lottery is your chance to witness greatness and some really, really deep threes. To enter your ticket and see details, visit ialottery.com/VIP.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Welcome back inside Carver Hawkeye Arena. We are at the half, Iowa and Kansas State. And tonight's game sponsor is UIEC. And Joy Talker, the CEO of UIEC, has joined me. And Joy, I just wanted to, first of all, thank you very much for taking the time and for your sponsorship. And just tell me a little bit about who you are.
So we're the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, or UIEC, a private company that is partnered with the university to provide operational expertise and capital. UIEC is the university's utility partner, delivering electricity, steam, chilled water, and treated water to the campus, which is the size of a medium-sized city. We entered into a 50-year arrangement with the university in 2020 to provide utility services and to support the university's transition to sustainable energy sources. we contract with NG, one of our joint venture owners, to provide on-site services. Our two core missions are first to provide reliable utility services to the university community, and second, to support the path to a net zero carbon footprint, which will require all of us working together to accomplish, and is the reason we're becoming more visible in the community.
Joy, how about women's basketball? Why the sponsorship with this outstanding program?
We're incredibly proud of what the team accomplished last season and how well it's performing this season. Second, we believe strongly in empowering everyone, regardless of gender, race, or other traits, to maximize their potential. And sports are a great way for people to learn to do that. Finally, we think this is an effective forum for us to engage with the community on our sustainability mission.
What's the message that you want to leave listeners and for them to find out more information going forward? Where would be a place for that?
The key message is that we are working closely with the university to continually reduce emissions, starting with engineering the existing boilers to operate coal-free, and then identifying, exploring, and installing other systems that can further reduce our emissions footprint while continuing to provide affordable, reliable utility services. If you have additional questions, you can go on to our website, which is iowaenergycollaborative.com, and there is contact information there.
Great, Joy. Thanks so much for your sponsorship, and certainly appreciate your time.
Thank you.
We'll be back with more at the half, Iowa and Kansas State. This is University of Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
To anyone passing through our state, fields and fields of corn might be what they see. But the people who call Iowa home know it's so much more. Corn is ethanol, a homegrown, renewable fuel. Corn is delicious pork, beef, poultry, and dairy. Corn is in 4,000 products we rely on every day. So yeah, our highway views are full of corn, and we're proud of it. Because corn grows Iowa. Show your support for Iowa corn farmers at iowacorn.org/fan of corn.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Couple minutes away from the start of the third quarter. Iowa leads at 30-29. Caitlin Clark with 12. Hannah Stalkey with 9 to lead the way for the Hawkeyes. 6 players have scored for Kansas State, none in double figures, 2 with 6. Taryn Sides off the bench with a couple of 3-pointers, and Aoka Lee has 6 in 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Join the Iowa Lottery VIP Club and enter to win tickets to see sold-out Iowa women's basketball with the Countdown to Carver promotion. Play Hawkeye Gold scratch tickets today. Third quarter action coming up next from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Iowa 30, Kansas State 29. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at U.S. Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as all the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. By 2025, we'll rely completely on climate-friendly, alternative fuels. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle these new fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel. The Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Melrose Meadows. Voted Iowa City's best retirement community. Jill Armstrong and her team strive to make every buyer and seller at ease with the real estate process. If you are in the market to buy or sell a home, contact the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty. For all your real estate needs, call 319-631-5455.
Kansas State starts the scoring in the third quarter. A reverse layup along the baseline by Sundell. And the Hawkeyes quickly turn it over in their front court. Kansas State tries to get it inside their second possession, and the ball is tipped up in the air, but a push will be called underneath. Gabby Marshall picks up her first. K-State has grabbed the lead by 31-30, just underway third quarter. Second possession of the quarter for Kansas State, and rolling to the rim is Briley Glenn. Nobody cut her off and made the left-handed layup.
Yeah, so far coming out of halftime, Kansas State is attacking the hoop.
And so are the Hawkeyes now. Caitlin Clark rolls off a screen, gets in the paint. Short jumper is good. She has 14. Hawks pull to within one. Lob pass into Lee, and just holds it high above her head and lays it in.
6'6" height advantage right there.
Played less than half of the first two quarters because of foul trouble, and Clark buries a three-pointer just right at the top of the key.
She's coming out of halftime determined. She did not like how that first half went. You can tell.
Tied at 35. Inside Lee gets in deep, lays it up and good off the window. Now you can see why she scored 61 points in a game.
Yeah.
Here's Stolke. Just right at the top of the key, keeps that dribble going. Here's a backdoor cut by Clark. Tried to whip a pass in the corner, but it's picked off by Sundell. Sundell racing into the front court, and a charge is called as she threw an elbow while dribbling toward Gabby Marshall.
That was a good call. I think, I'm not sure how intentional it was, but the contact was definitely made. The shoulder was lowered, and Gabby Marshall took that charge, was in kind of the right place at the right time.
Hawks down 2 with the basketball. Here's Clark across the timeline. Goodman in, and then Caitlin tries to go down the right side, and Jalen Glenn bumped her. That's 2 on her. So as Kansas State started with some fouls early in the first quarter, they've done the same here in the third. Hawks get it into Clark, and she turns the corner, and a bump on Jalen Glenn. That's her third after 2 quick ones.
Yeah, again, that was a good call. I mean, she almost body checked.
Her up, yeah.
Caitlin Clark, and you just can't do that. Bottom line.
But that brings Zy Walker in, who I thought played very good in the first half. She had 5 and gets the defensive assignment against Clark. Caitlin drives down the right side. Now pulls it back to the wing. Martin to Clark, coming off a screen for 3, short on the left wing. The ball tipped into the hands of Lee for K-State. Hawks down 2. K-State with the basketball. 7:12 left to go in the third quarter. Here's Sanchez into the game. Runner, paint, no. Rebound, put back is good by Lee. And she'll crash the board.
She will. The Hawkeyes, Goodman right now, but whoever is up against her needs to get big, get physical down there, because right now she's kind of unchallenged down low.
Here's Caitlin down the right side of the lane. Forced one up, no. Lee the rebound. Walker was there defensively. 4-point advantage for K-State and the basketball. Here's Walker on the right wing. She'll pull up from 17. No good. Skipped off the bracket into the hands of Kate Martin. She brings it herself across the timeline. Dribbles between her legs. Gets it to Clark. Uses a Goodman screen toward the baseline. Hesitates. Goes up. No. Wanted a call. Couldn't get it. And the rebound hustled down by Lee. Gets it ahead to Sundell. Down the right side. Whips a pass to Walker. Goes up. Has it blocked by Martin. She gets it back and gets it out to Lee. So K-State will reset on top by 4. Here's Sundell to Lee at the elbow. Now inside Sanchez. That's 6-6 to 6-3. The runner, the layup is good. One-handed layup by Walker, and she's fouled.
Walker is having a great game on both the offensive side and defensive side. She's flustered Caitlin Clark.
Davis in for Marshall. Walker at the line for 1, and it's 41-35 Kansas State. Yeah, that wasn't a great thing. Jalen Glenn got that third foul. That got Walker into the game, and she buries the free throw.
I think I wouldn't have minded to have Jalen in the game at this point.
42-35 Kansas State. 5:51 third. And Clark cutting away from the basketball is held by Walker. That's just her first.
We'll check in for Iowa.
Just played in 5 games for Louisville last year. Averaged 2.6.
It looks like she's local to Wichita, Kansas, so maybe came a little bit closer to home with that transfer.
Gregory in for K-State. Iowa basketball. Clark has it along the baseline. Gets it to Goodman. Now back to Caitlin on the left wing. And she probes the baseline. Kicks it to Molly Davis for 3, who is fouled after a deep corner 3 on the right wing.
The foul is on number 5, Riley Glenn. That's her second, team 5th. Molly Davis will go to the line to shoot 3.
So Molly Davis, who is 12 points away to 1,600 in her career. Her college career. Free throw. Perfect. Her first point tonight, and it's 42-36. K-State on top, 5:45 left to go in the third. Second one. Got it.
Nothing but net on these free throws.
No dribble. She just shoots them.
She's got her routine down.
One dribble. Fires it right in. So as good as a three-pointer from the deep corner. Knocked down all 3 free throws. Hawks down 4. K-State basketball. Sundell across the timeline in between the circles, being defended by Molly Davis. Double high post. Now gets it back to Sanchez for 3. That is deep. And Stolke the rebound. Gets it to Clark across the timeline. Caitlin dribbles between her legs. Now down the left side. Now back to Hannah Stolke. Looking for some help. Hands it to Davis. Molly at the free throw line. Peers inside. Pulls it back out. Now goes inside to Goodman. Goes up strong amongst 2 defenders and is fouled.
Hey, that one wasn't necessarily the most beautiful looking shot, but she drew the foul and is going to get to the line.
Abby Gregory, her first. Sharon Goodman at the line for a pair. First one is a little bit strong. Working together is how you win. That's why Mid-American Energy's roster of wind, solar, and other energy sources works together to keep your service safe and reliable 24/7. Learn more at midamericanenergy.com. Goodman buries the second. She has 4. Hawks pull to within 3, approaching 5, third quarter. Here's Sides into the game. Remember, good three-point shooter. Hands it off to Walker. Drives down the left side, now kicks it into the corner. 3, Sundell, no. Rebound to Clark. Caitlin brings it across the timeline herself. Gets a screen by Goodman. Now drives the right side. Shot good. Off the window. And a chance for 3.
That is the sort of momentum change that she needed. I could tell her frustration level is getting high, and she needed that.
Sides picks up her second, and that's turning the corner.
Yes.
Going down the right side of the lane with that hesitation, going strong to the basket, and Clark is able to finish. She has 19. Timeout on the court. 4:42 left to go in the third. Kansas State 42, Iowa 41. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Want to play an integral part in helping the Hawks win championships? Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa football and the Iowa men's and women's basketball programs to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Your tax-deductible Swarm donation will compensate our Iowa student athletes for working to further the missions of local charities such as the United Way, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and more. Go to iowaswarm.com for more information and make Iowa athletics the place for our student athletes to experience the thrill of winning championships. Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Hey Hawkeyes, while you're hard at work in class or on the court, there's a team behind the scenes making sure that the power keeps going, the water keeps flowing, and the temps inside are just right. Introducing the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative. The collaborative is a public-private partnership between UI, NG, and Meridium. It delivers the funds UI needs to drive our academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Hawks on a 6-0 run over the last minute 3. Still trail by 1, 42-41. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is responsible for our community being home to countless amateur sporting events and state tournaments. From state volleyball, wrestling, tennis, and much more, the Sports Commission generates significant annual economic impact while adding substantially to our quality of life. The Iowa City Area Sports Commission is a proud presenting sponsor of UI Women's Athletics. Learn more at wegotnext.org. Hawkeye basketball also presented by Dodge Street Tire and Auto. Locally owned and operated and voted best of the area for the 10th consecutive year. Proudly supports Iowa women's basketball. Trust Dodge Street Tire for honest auto repair and the best deals on Goodyear and Toyo tires. Dodge Street Tire and Auto, celebrating over 30 good years on the corner of Dodge and Church Streets. Caitlin Clark at the free throw line with 19 points. 3 out of 4 from the stripe and buries it for the three-point play. Clark with 20. We're tied at 42. 4:35 left to go in the third. Pass inside to Lee and batted up in the air by Goodman and out of bounds along the baseline. Good job defensively by Sharon Goodman.
Yep, getting the hand in it and just sort of disrupting the play.
Sundell will inbounds. Gets it to Walker on the left side. Stolke comes out to greet her. Now it's Sides. Right side, Gregory. Now back to Sides on the right wing. Cross-court pass deep in the corner to Sundell. She backs it out with 5 to shoot. Now Sides fakes, goes baseline, kicks it back out to Gregory for 3. No good off the left side of the iron. The rebound taken down by Hannah Stolke.
That was great man-to-man defense by the Hawkeyes. Solid communications.
Tied at 42. We approach 4 minutes, third quarter. Of Fulter, free throw line extended left. Inside Goodman. A foot off the block. Now Clark off balance 3, rimming no. Missed it from the left wing. And the rebound taken down by K-State. Sides walks it across the timeline on the left side. Now to Walker. Pushes it to Gregory. Now to Walker. Reverses it to Sundell. Tried to get it inside to Lee. Knocked again. Out of bounds by Sharon Goodman. Addie O'Grady for Sharon. Good minutes, especially defensively, by Sharon Goodman.
Great minutes on defense. You know, holding, again, tapping the ball, but stopping any scoring. That lob pass was brutal to start out the half, and Sharon really played a role in stopping it.
Kansas State gets it in to Glenn. Jalen playing with 3 fouls. Whip it around to the right side. Here's Sundell. Now back out to Walker. Gets instructions from Jeff Biddy, the head coach. Now back to Sundell. 3-pointer, no. Ball batted around. Lost by Stolke. Dug up by Sides. She gets it back from Walker on the right side. Inside to Lee. Turnaround jumper, paint, no. O'Grady was there to get the rebound.
And I would say some solid defense by O'Grady as well.
Tied at 42, approaching third quarter. Inside, Stolke up strong, has it blocked away by Lee. Looked open, and then the 6'6" Lee collapsed on the play. Inside, Sides on the block. Didn't like what she saw, pulls it back out, lost control of the ball, and then is out of bounds. There's Sydney Fulter again.
The crowd likes that. Hustle play by Sydney Fulter. She got on the ground and she got in there, and somehow the Hawks came up with the ball.
Tied at 42, 2:44 left to go. Third quarter action from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Top of the key, Stolke. Dribbles between her legs, now pulls it back out. Clark in between the circles against Walker. Goes to the left to Fulter in the corner for 3. Off the right side of the rim, ball tapped around and a whistle underneath. And is that going to go on Stolke? That's her first personal. Team's third in the quarter, tied at 42, 2:25 left to go. Third quarter action. The Big Ten against the Big 12. Here's Sides on the right wing. Clark on her, gets a screen. In between the circles, now Glenn, right side. Lee, cross-court pass, Walker, Sundell, back to Lee. Makes a move, pull-up jumper from 15, rimming no. Weak side rebound, Stolke. Across the timeline now, Clark pushes the ball to O'Grady. Didn't go up with the shot, pulls it back out. Smart move. Hawkeyes will set it up. Here's Clark in between the circles. Angles right side now. Drives. Kicks it back out to a Fulter. Now to Davis. Tied at 42. Here's Clark. Drives toward the basket. Step back 15-footer baseline. Rolls around and through.
City! Wow, she created space. Now she's getting the crowd going.
Clark with 22. Iowa by 2. 1:22 left to go, third quarter. Here's Lee, couple feet off the block, has it knocked away by Davis as she came down to help, and the ball goes out of bounds along the side. Kansas State basketball. Hawks working hard at the defensive end. It'll be Kansas State with it along the side. Sanchez for Lee, who still only has 2 fouls after picking up very early in the first quarter.
She's played smart.
Sundell gets it in to Sides, in between the circles. Angles right side coming off a screen. Now back to Sanchez. In between the circles with 4 to shoot. Tries to make a move, hands it to Walker, and a whistle away from the ball with 1 second left to go, and a blocking foul will be called on Sanchez. That's her third. Hawks by 2 with the ball. Under a minute, third quarter. In the front court, a Falter. Angles right side and miscommunication with Clark looking for the backdoor cut, and the ball goes out of bounds along the baseline. Caitlin thought she was going to cut toward the basket. Sydney stayed on the wing.
Yeah, and that's one where you just kind of got to shake it off. Not a good play. Shake it off, move on.
Hawks should get it back. Sides for 3 off the side of the glass. Didn't hit any rim. And the rebound to O'Grady. And now the Hawkeyes will walk it into the front court with Molly Davis. 8-second differential, shot clock, game clock, Iowa by 2. Here's Davis, 40 feet from the hoop. Right wing. Just keeps that dribble going. Now hands to Clark, fakes a 3, drives right side, now steps back behind the arc. Lob pass to O'Grady, shot is up and good.
Perfection! Wow!
Was it in time? So they have stopped play with 4 seconds to check and see if it was before time expired on the shot clock. It's really close.
Either way, I would say so impressive again. Caitlin Clark has such a magical ability to create space and create opportunities. And as she started to drive right to the hoop, she dribbled back, maybe a dribble or two, created just enough space to get it to Addie O'Grady for the layup.
And a nice lob pass because Addie's defender took a step toward Clark to help on the drive, which created the space down on the right block. 46-42 as things stand now. The officials looking to see if that last basket counts. .1 left to go in the third. Well, a 4-quarter basketball game as we expected.
Yeah, this is a great matchup. Two solid teams. You know, Kansas State is very gritty, similar to us. I think where Kansas State has such an advantage is in some of their heights. They have tall guards, and it's just created a little bit of havoc for us.
Hawks on an 11-0 run over the last 5:41. Kansas State has missed their last 7 field goals. 1 out of 10 have not scored for almost 6 minutes, 5:54 to be exact.
Caitlin Clark has scored 10 points in this quarter alone.
See, and here's kind of the issue with replay. If it takes this long to figure it out, just go with what is called on the field or the court.
Yeah, because we have to remember that there was a long period in basketball history where we were not able to do this. So you go with what the call was and move on.
Well, as the officials look, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Well, the officials have determined that that shot was late, so will not count. So take that basket off the board for Addie O'Grady. That's kind of what I thought initially, that it was just a fraction of a second late. It certainly took a long time to determine.
Yeah.
The end of the quarter. It's the end of the quarter. They are still looking to see if the basket is good.
Well, now they're going to take another look after the official clearly came out and waved it off. So he has evidently changed his mind and wants to look at it some more. Well, while they look, we'll take a break. Right now, the scoreboard says Iowa 46, Kansas State 42. Back with more from Carver Hawkeye Arena. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At Mid-American Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. Cow chip throwing. Or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Well, when we left you, the scoreboard said 46-42, and now they have officially wiped off the basket by Addie O'Grady. So it's 44-42. That ended the quarter because K-State inbounds the ball for a few seconds before they decided to look at it. So we will head to the fourth with the Hawkeyes on top by 2, 44-42. University of Iowa Healthcare has the game plan for your same-day healthcare needs. If you need treatment for a common illness or a minor injury, visit one of several UI quick care or urgent care locations throughout the Iowa City Cedar Rapids corridor. Their care and expertise will help you get back in the game. UI Healthcare, proud to sponsor your Iowa Hawkeyes. Also, don't forget that throughout the season, you can join head coach Lisa Bluter and myself for Hawk Talk, presented by Oaknall at the Hyatt Regency in Coralville. Hawk Talk with Coach Bluter takes place weekly from 6 until 7. You can visit HawkeyeSports.com to take a look at the schedule. Our first show is this Monday, November the 20th, and we certainly invite you to come out to the Hyatt Regency. So the Hawks outscored Kansas State 14-13 in the third, and will have the basketball. Hawks will have it at midcourt with a 2-point advantage. 10 minutes to go in regulation. Not unlike last year's game in Manhattan.
It's feeling like a little replay.
Molly Davis gets free along the baseline, and the floater is up and good from 8 feet. Molly Davis with 5. Hawks up by 4. There's the 46 that we saw earlier. Walker on the right wing gives to Sanchez. She makes a move toward the paint. Shot is up and no good. O'Grady the rebound. Now to Clark as she jogs it across the timeline on the right side. O'Grady positions herself at the high post area, gets the basketball, takes one dribble, now back to Clark. Left side 3, rimming no. Rebound Sydney Fulter along the baseline. And now a whistle away from the ball. Anna Stolke on the ground. She is up after a foul is assessed to Jalen Glenn.
Jalen Glenn, that is her 4th personal foul.
Stolke will come out in favor of Kate Martin. Hawkeye basketball. Hawks will have it along the baseline. Gregory back for the Wildcats. Clark looks to throw it in. Feeds it right wing, Molly Davis. He brings it now to a Folter on the left side. Couple dribbles, turns the corner, goes up strong. Floater is good with the right hand on the left block.
Love to see it. Beautiful, beautiful pull up. And Lee was about to come out and try to step, and she popped it.
Three-pointer up and no good by Sundell. Rebound on the weak side to Clark. Foul by K-State. And if that's on Sanchez, that's her fourth.
The foul is on number 30, Gisela Sanchez. That's her fourth personal foul.
48-42. Hawkeyes continue their run. Early stages, fourth quarter. Here's Kate Martin, drives, pulls up, tries to float a pass into Addie O'Grady. She couldn't hand it. The ball actually hit the bottom of the rim into the hands of Sundell in the front court for K-State. Lob pass into Lee over her head, then off the right hand of Addie O'Grady and out of bounds.
Karen Sides will check in for the Wildcats.
Sides comes back in for K-State. Sanchez will sit down with 4. It'll be K-State basketball along the baseline. Hawks by 6. 8:25 left to go in the ball game. Here's Sundell, drives toward the baseline, backs her way in the paint, whips a pass out to Walker with 7 to shoot. She drives the right side, pulls up off the window, good from 8 feet.
That was a tough shot. The Hawks actually played some very solid defense on that last possession.
Just a pull-up, short jumper off the dribble by Zy Walker, who has 10. Here's Clark, turns the corner, gets in the paint, backs her way in. She's doubled, and then throws the ball out of bounds. Miscommunication to get it back out to Sydney Folter.
And Hannah Stokey checking in for the Hawks.
Marshall and Stolke back for Iowa. On top by 4. We're under 8. K-State basketball. Sides across the timeline. In between the circles. Sundell on the right wing. Lob pass into Lee. She goes up. Shot no. Gets her own rebound. Put back good.
Basket by Aoka Lee.
K-State pulls to within 2. Hawkeyes get the ball to O'Grady. Now back out to Stolke. Right wing Molly Davis. Off a screen, gets into the paint. Short shot is up and gets the roll and the finish. Molly Davis with 7.
And again, that would be another great example of Molly Davis using the screen, turning the corner. And when she saw face-to-face with Lee, she popped it up there right over her for the easy 2.
And a whistle away from the ball. O'Grady picks up her second. That'll get Sharon Goodman off the bench into the game. Iowa by 4. 7:08 left to go in the fourth. O'Grady will come out. Sundell will throw it in along the baseline. And some miscommunication by the Wildcats, and they throw it away.
I think both teams are pretty zoned in here on defense and causing the other team to make some sloppy, silly mistakes.
Clark will walk it across the timeline as we approach 7 left to go in the fourth. Now Davis in between the circles. One hand pass to Clark. She'll fire a 3 right wing, short off the right side of the rim, and the rebound taken down by Sundell. She brings it herself into the front court. Left side Walker, now Sides. Now Gregory for 3. That's an air ball from the right wing. And the ball goes out of bounds to the Hawkeyes. Gregory, the 6-foot senior, you talked about what an outstanding year she had last year, has not scored in this game.
She struggled.
Hawks by 4 with the basketball. Fourth quarter action from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Here's Stolke down the right side of the lane. One hand pass to Davis on the right wing. And it felt like Hannah wanted to take that one up. Gets it to Clark on the left side. Now plays catch with Davis. 5 to shoot. Here's Molly. Gets into the paint. Floater, swish!
Magical! Wow! Again, somehow got that ball up and over Lee down low.
And what I say about Gregory hadn't scored, well, she has now knocked down a 3 from the right wing. 52-49. Hawks by 3. We're under 6 fourth quarter. Davis. All 9 points coming since the halftime break. And a hold away from the ball on Zy Walker.
Caitlin Clark was actually posting up really strong down low to draw that foul. We'll take it any way we can get it.
Clark will throw it in along the baseline, right of the hoop. Looks inside, keeps her eyes moving, and then lobs a pass out to Molly Davis. Davis in between the circles. Now right side, Hannah Stolke. All behind the arc. Here's Clark. Step back 3, left wing. Ribbing no. Ball tapped by Stolke, but corralled by sides of K-State. Races down court. Now will pull up for a wide open 3 straight away. No. Fight for the rebound, and it's taken away by Sundell. After a hold will be called on Gabby Marshall. That was called underneath on the rebound. A falter back into the game. Hawkeyes by 3. 5:19 fourth quarter. Marshall will sit down off the inbounds play. Nice move by Gregory, and as she goes up, she is held by a falter. She had to do something. Gregory was wide open, slashing down the right side of the paint.
Going to the line to shoot will be number 12, Gabby Gregory, shooting 2.
Had 24 against the Hawkeyes last year, drew 13 fouls. First of 2, no good. .52-49, missed them both. Sharon Goodman the rebound.
Big rebound there by Goodman.
Hawks push it in transition. Goodman layup, got it. Ran the floor well.
Post to post, Stolke to Goodman.
54-49. 5 exactly left in the fourth. K-State cross-court pass Sundell. Now to Gregory, top of the key, 3 long, and saved from going out of bounds by Sundell. And K-State will reset. Walker, free throw line extended left, gets it to Sundell. Now inside Lee, 1 dribble shot is up and good. Little runner turning to her left shoulder. Hawks by 3 with the ball. Here's Clark. Angles right side, pulls from 17 and drills it.
Drills it is right. That sucker went straight down into the hoop. And the arena is on their feet.
Urging the Hawkeyes on with a 5-point lead. Here's Sides. Probe the middle, now went to the left side. Walker. Stolke on her. Turns the corner, pulls up the floater, no good from the right side. Put back up and good by Lee off the glass. That's 18 for Ayoka Lee. 56-53. Hawks by 3 with the basketball. 3:45 fourth quarter. Clark gets the ball into the high post area. Goodman now back to Clark. Long 3, skipped off the front of the rim. Goodman, the long rebound. Gets it back to Molly Davis. Hawkeyes will reset with 15 to shoot. Here's Hannah Stolke. Drives down the left side. Looks. Gets it to Clark along the baseline. There's 3 gray jerseys on her. And timeout is taken by Coach Bluter to save the possession.
Yeah, somehow a swarm of 3 girls got there right with Caitlin Clark, and with 3 minutes and 22 seconds left, that was a good call by Coach Bluter to maintain the possession.
30-second timeout taken by Coach Bluter. Iowa Corn and Quickstar are partnering to give you a chance to win tickets to the Iowa Corn Cyhawk Series matchups. Simply visit any participating Quickstar in Iowa through November 13th. Fill up with 8 or more gallons of unleaded 88 and use your Quick Rewards card, and you are automatically entered for a chance to win tickets. For more information and official rules, visit quicktrip.com/sweepstakes. Get pumped to win with Iowa Corn and Quickstar.
It's time for the Hawkeye update.
Timeout on the court. A 30-second timeout now extended with 3:20 left to go in the fourth. Hawks by 3, 56-53. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Know that UI ranks near the top of the EPA's Green Power Leaderboard with 84% of our energy coming from renewable sources. Now you can be a part of the team that makes it happen. The University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, our partner in a collaborative, ENGIE North America, is now offering part-time, on-campus positions where you can get hands-on, career-inspiring experience in sustainable utility systems management. Check out the jobs and apply now at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability. And you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Hawks lead by 3, 56-53 as we go down the wire here at Carver Hawkeye Arena. This is kind of the way a couple of the games have been here in the early season with this difficult non-conference schedule the Hawkeyes have put together. Iowa 56, Kansas State 53. Have outscored the Wildcats in the fourth quarter 12-11. But Iowa, Tiffany, still just 2 of 18 from three-point range.
They cannot connect out there today. I think what they need to focus on for these last 3 minutes is maximizing every opportunity they have with the basketball.
And they've got it. Clark gets it in to a Fulter on the left wing, drives in, now to O'Grady for 15-foot jumper, no. Stalky gets the rebound, though, on the right block. Kicks it back out to Molly Davis. Hawks will reset as we approach 3 minutes left to go. Iowa by 3. Here's a Fulter from the right wing, gets into the paint, kicks it to Molly Davis, fakes a 3, drives baseline, floater in traffic, no, contact, and a foul will be called on the Wildcats.
What I liked on that possession is the Hawks didn't rush anything and took it down to the wire, which again is time off the clock.
And before Molly Davis will get those 2 free throws in the air, we've got timeout with 2:58 left to go in regulation. Iowa 56, Kansas State 53. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Frame McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 57 years. Oak Knoll is located near University of Iowa hospitals and clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We're a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
You're listening to coverage of Hawkeye women's basketball, powered by the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, empowering Hawkeyes to do energy right.
Injured.
Molly Davis. Just what the Hawkeyes needed, especially in this fourth quarter. She has 9 points and a chance for 2 more at the free throw line. But when the Hawkeyes have had some tough times scoring in the offensive end, it's been Molly Davis connecting on some difficult shots.
Exactly. She's actually scored 6 of her 9 points here in the fourth quarter. And just big, bold shots, driving down the middle of the lane, little slice in there, slicing and dicing she is. And now she has the opportunity to connect on the 2 free throws and get the Hawks ahead here by 5.
Today's opening tip is brought to you by Farmers State Bank. Earn $250 when you open an eligible checking account at the Tiffin branch or online. Get rewarded for banking with FSB. Visit myfsbonline.com for complete details. Subject to approval. Minimum $50 deposit. Requires e-statements and direct deposit. Member FDIC. So Molly Davis at the free throw line. Has played 18 minutes and 30 seconds. 3 for 3 from the floor. 3 for 3 from the free throw line. 2 big free throws as the Hawks lead by 3. First one, good. No dribble that time. Into double figures with 10. She's 2 points away from 1,600 in her career. Counting that outstanding career at Central Michigan. Misses the free throw. Hannah Stalke gets the rebound. Tries to save it off of Lee before it goes out of bounds. But it kind of stuck in between the
She caught
ankles.
it with her feet.
Right. So K-State basketball, 57-53. And Lee has the ball along the baseline. Lost control of it. And then pushed Sydney Falter. And Lee will pick up her 3rd.
And again, Sydney Falter's sort of defensive position. She came over to help out and ended up at the free throw line.
So she'll get a pair. With 2:40 left to go. First one is short. Sydney now 4 out of 8 from the free throw line this year. 57-53 Hawkeyes. Second one is up. Got it. A Falter with 5. 58-53. 2:35 left to go. 4th. Hawks on top. K-State with the basketball. And the Hawks looks like they've gone to a little zone defense. And that has prompted a Jeff Mittie timeout to talk it over. 30-second timeout, K-State.
Yeah, got to change that game plan when we changed our defense. For the first time, we've gone from the man-to-man here with just 2 minutes left.
I want to remind you that tonight's game sponsor is the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative, a public-private partnership between the university, ENGIE, and Meridium. The collaborative delivers the funds the University of Iowa needs to drive academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. Thank you to the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative for their partnership with Hawkeye women's basketball. K-State with the basketball along the side. 2:28 fourth quarter. Iowa 58, Wildcats 53. Top of the key, Gregory wheels to the right side and contact. Should be before the shot. Foul on a Falter.
Looks like they maybe counted that basket.
We're going to give Gregory the continuation. So she has 5 and will get 1 free throw. And that pulls K-State to within 3. Walker back for K-State. So Gregory with 5 to pull K-State within 2. Cannot. Off the left side of the iron, a Falter the rebound. Sydney will bring it herself across the timeline. Iowa by 3. 2:10 left to go in the game. Here's Stalky, left wing. Hands it off to Clark. Caitlin on the left side, backs in. Now to Goodman, back to Caitlin. Weaves through the lane. Turnaround jumper is up and short and goes out of bounds over to K-State. Boy, the defense against Caitlin tonight by K-State's been excellent.
It has, and again, it's just the sort of off-balance shots, maybe not the best shot selection has all played into that.
K-State with the ball, Hawks by 3, we're under 2. Fourth quarter action. Here's Sides. Right side, Sundell. Sides, inside Lee. Turns and shoots and scores inside the semicircle. She has 20. Iowa leads by 1. Clark walks the ball across the timeline. 1:30 left to go. Stalky, free throw line extended left. Now Clark gets in deep. Bounce pass to Stalky. Goes up and a jump ball will be called. Possession arrow, K-State.
We'll see what the Hawkeyes set up on. But if they're in a man-to-man, this is where they really need to communicate on screens, help side defense, weak side defense.
Gregory at the free throw line. Inside Lee has it batted away by Goodman and a foul. A Fulter there too, and she's going to be called for a reach. That's her 3rd. And that'll be 2 shots for Lee. 5th team foul in the quarter. On the Hawkeyes, Lee's first, good. Doesn't look pretty getting it up there, but it went in. She's now 3 out of 3 from the line. We're tied at 58. Second one, swishes it. 22 for Aoka Lee, who had 6 at the half. Martin for a Falter. 59-58, K-State, 1:12 left to go. Kate Martin will dribble the ball across the timeline. Now to Stalky in between the circles. Now Clark on the right wing, weaves her way in. Shot is up and no good, missed it from 16. And Lee gets the rebound, and timeout is taken. 59.3.
Well, Rob, you wonder what they're talking about in the timeout here.
Well, with 59.3 left to go, K-State with the basketball, 29 to shoot. There's plenty of time. Hawks down by just a point. Just have to play good, solid defense.
Solid defense and then a box out. You cannot allow them to get an offensive rebound to reset that shot clock.
Both teams in the bonus. Martin, Goodman, Davis, Stalky, and Clark. Clark 9 of 29 from the floor. K-State will inbounds it along the side, right in front of the Wildcat bench. Sundell will have it out near the timeline. Set play called by Jeff Mitty, the head coach. He'll work the clock. Sides. Out of Sundell. 8 to shoot. Hawks don't want to allow a 3. Sides on the right wing. Takes a dribble. Now to the high post area, and Gregory turnaround jump shot is good from 15. Well, if you're Kansas State, that couldn't have worked much better.
Yeah, perfect execution there.
Timeout Iowa to advance the ball with 29.6 left to go. K-State 61, Iowa 58. Hawks lost a 1-point game at Manhattan last year. But it's been K-State that has led more than the Hawkeyes have tonight.
Yeah, and are on an 8-0 run right now over the last minute 52 seconds. 4 of 4 on their last field goals attempts. So they are definitely finishing this quarter out strong. The question is, can the Hawks finish the last 29 seconds out stronger?
Don't need a 3. But,
no.
But cannot have an empty possession, you wouldn't think here.
Exactly.
29.6 left to go. K-State 61, Iowa 58. Martin will inbounds it right in front of us courtside. Kate has the basketball, gets it to Hannah Stalkey. Now to Clark, and it's stolen away by Glenn. And now the Hawks will have to foul in the backcourt. Glenn tipped it away from Clark. And the Hawks had to foul with 25.1 left to go. Kate Martin picks up her third. And Jalen Glenn to the free throw line. Stalkey and Goodman will have the inside. First free throw, no good. 61-58. 25 seconds left to go. Glenn's second, no good. Martin the rebound. Gets it ahead to Clark. Caitlin in between the circles. Three-pointer deep. No. Stalkey goes after the rebound. Fights for it. Goodman comes up with it. Sharon takes a dribble. And Iowa wants to get a timeout. And just does before Goodman was tied up. Though the possession arrow favored Iowa.
Yes.
Really a good battle underneath.
Exactly.
By Stalkey and Sharon Goodman to save that possession.
Yeah, that was just beast play there, trying to keep the ball, save the ball. I almost thought they could have called a foul on whoever was defending Sharon Goodman.
So 13.9 left to go, 61-58. 8-0 run for K-State. Iowa's not scored for the last 2:30. Offense has been tough to come by tonight.
Yeah.
And that has a lot to do with the opponent.
Yeah, Kansas State has just played a solid defensive game.
So the Hawks will have it along the baseline. Get it to Clark in the corner. That's an air ball three-pointer. And the rebound taken down by Sides. And she is fouled.
The foul is on Iowa's number 20, Kate Martin. That's her fourth.
And that'll be 4 on Kate Martin. And Sides will come to the free throw line. Taryn Sides hit 2 3-pointers back in the first half. 61-58. 9.3 left to go. First shot is good. Two-possession game now for Kansas State. Second one, swish. And Lisa Bluter calls timeout with 9.3 left to go. 63-58 Kansas State. Now it's going to be tough. A lot is going to have to go right for the Hawkeyes.
Yeah, I think it's not impossible, but it's definitely tricky. And it's got to be a foul or a quick score and a foul.
You don't have to have a 3, but you really need it.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to have to put Kansas State at the free throw line. And you'd be banking on them missing both free throws, which just did happen.
Yep.
With Jalen Glenn. So you would think the Hawks would go after a three-pointer here. Fulcher will come in. Hawks down by 5 with 9.3 left to go. Side out of bounds with Kate Martin, who has not scored tonight. Hawks will be in a box set of Fulcher, Marshall, Goodman, and Clark. Inside of Fulcher, back out to Clark for 3, left wing, short. Rebound to Walker at midcourt. She'll drive in, lay it up and in. And that'll do it. Kansas State defeats the Hawkeyes 65-58. Hawkeyes suffered their first loss of the year. 3-1. Kansas State pushes their record to 3-0. And you really have to credit the Wildcats' defensive effort. Hawks just never got on track offensively.
Never got on track, never went on any sort of large run, and they just had their hands in everything. And even some of the players that you know were sitting out with foul trouble came in at the end and made huge defensive contributions that sort of turned the tide.
Yeah, Lee, who picked up 2 quick fouls. It was at the 7:45 mark of the first quarter that she went out of the ball game. Did return before the second half, but showed you the force that she can be underneath. Exactly. Ended up with 22 points after having 6 after the first 20 minutes. And Gregory came alive after having not scored. Made a huge 15-footer straight away. And that's when, if you're Kansas State, really felt like, okay, we've got a great chance to win this game, when they milked that clock down and then got that 15-footer to go.
Yep. It just sort of, that turn of events happened quick, and it just got away from us in the last couple minutes. It's just a bummer.
So Kansas State outscored Iowa in the fourth quarter 23-14. And the Hawkeyes had that drought at the end of the fourth quarter. Did not score in the final 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Had their chances, but K-State comes away with the victory at 65-58. That's the final from Carver Hawkeye Arena. Post-game show coming up next. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
When the game goes into overtime. But the game goes into overtime. The choice to enjoy is easy. Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Order Bud Light online today. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Did you know that UI uses the same amount of energy as all the rest of Iowa City? That's why we have our own power plant, and we're committed to making it clean. By 2025, we'll rely completely on climate-friendly, alternative fuels. Deep in the boiler rooms, engineers from the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative are optimizing the power plant so it can handle these new fuels more efficiently. Learn more about it at uiowaenergycollaborative.com. That's uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability. And you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, this is the Iowa Soybean Association postgame show, delivering solutions for every life, every day. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by U.S. Bank, proud to support Iowa basketball. U.S. Bank, equal housing lender, member FDIC. Wimmer's Meats, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. Also by United Healthcare, proud sponsors of Small Business Spotlight. Sign up your small business at HawkeyeSports.com/UHC. Once again, here's Rob Brooks.
Well, the Hawks, the effort was there, out-rebounded Kansas State 47-38, just could not get anything going at the offensive end. End up shooting just 36%, 22 of 61, 2 of 21 from 3 after some really encouraging numbers shooting the three-pointer up at UNI on Sunday, when the Hawkeyes ended up 11 of 27, and the bulk of that in the second half. But just 2 of 21 tonight, 9.5%, and 12 of 18 from the free throw line, 66%. So really all three categories subpar what we're used to with this team. But played good defense, as did Kansas State. It was just that type of game, and you got that sense early on that it would kind of be a defensive struggle.
For sure, and yeah, you know, Kansas State was a fast, quick team, but they were also tall, right? Their guards were sitting at 6'1", 5'11", 6 foot, 6'1", and 6'6" as their starting five. So they were just able to leverage that height, that speed, that quickness, and really, you know, again, I use the word disrupt, but really disrupted us from being able to get into our offense. And then, of course, when we're not shooting well in a game like this, that's going to be the nail in the coffin, so to speak.
Time for the post-game stats report, brought to you by Hy-Vee. Score big savings with the all-new, totally free Hy-Vee Perks membership.
Well, Caitlin Clark led the team with 24 points, though she shot 9 of 32 field goal percentage and 2 of 16 behind the line. She ended up with 6 rebounds herself. Molly Davis came on strong in the fourth quarter with 10 points. Hannah Stolke did not score in the second half, 9 points, a solid rebounding performance with 11 rebounds. Sydney Falter with 5 points and 4 rebounds. Kate Martin went scoreless, but ended the game with 8 rebounds. And Sharon Goodman, 6 points, 8 rebounds herself, so some solid stats in a few minutes of play. Kansas State, again, as you mentioned, Aoka Lee sat most of the first half, but somehow ended up with the double-double, 22 points, 12 rebounds. Serena Sendell, 7 points, 5 rebounds. Gabby Gregory went scoreless until, well, the very end, where she ended up with 7 points. Gisela Sanchez, 4 points, 5 rebounds, and Terrence Hides ended the game, as we know, very strong with 8 points and 6 rebounds. Again, if there is a bright spot to this loss, the Hawks did out-rebound Kansas State 47-38. But again, the bottom line here is just the shooting. just couldn't connect on the shooting tonight.
And it's not like K-State lit it up either. I mean, 26 of 66, under 40%, 39.4, 6 of 23 from 3, and just 7 of 12 from the free throw line. So there were opportunities for the Hawkeyes. Didn't play their best, obviously, but still right there at the end. And K-State, you go back to that one possession, they called timeout, milked the shot clock all the way down, and then got a 15-foot turnaround jump shot by Gabby Gregory. And that just kind of took all of the emotion out of the arena, because it was going to be a real uphill climb from that point, and it certainly was.
Correct. And when you're just struggling, that, like you said, it took the last bit of air that the Hawks had left and kind of squashed it.
Hawks just could not get on a run. Did have an 8-0 run in the third quarter, but then unable to score the last 2:43, and just 2 of their last 10 from the floor, as K-State went on a 12-0 run in the last 2 minutes and 22 seconds to pick up their third victory of the year at 65-58. Hawks fall to 3-1. More postgame after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Hawk fans, stop in and visit the newly renovated guest rooms at Hyatt Regency Coralville Hotel and Conference Center, located in the heart of Iowa River Landing. Stay within walking distance of Extreme Arena, home of the Iowa Hawkeye volleyball team, as well as great restaurants, shopping, and scenic walking trails along the Iowa River. Hyatt Regency Coralville is also the home of Hawk Talk with Lisa Bluter and Fran McCaffrey this fall. Come together at Hyatt Regency Coralville, where everything you need is right here. Do you want to play an integral part in helping the Hawks win championships? Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa football and the Iowa men's and women's basketball programs to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Your tax-deductible Swarm donation will compensate our Iowa student athletes for working to further the missions of local charities such as the United Way, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and more. Go to iowaswarm.com for more information and make Iowa athletics the place for our student athletes to experience the thrill of winning championships.
Preparation. It's the key to success on game day. And like your favorite Hawkeyes on the field, you need to be ready right from the opening kickoff. Cenex has your pregame routine covered. We've got your salty snacks, your sweet treats, ice-cold beverages to wash them down, and fresh tanks of propane to fire up the grill. Fuel your fandom at your local Cenex station. Hawkeye Pride, powered locally.
Hey Hawkeyes, while your hard-at-working class are on the court, there's a team behind the scenes making sure that the power keeps going, the water keeps flowing, and the temps inside are just right. Introducing the University of Iowa Energy Collaborative. The collaborative is a public-private partnership between UI, NG, and Meridium. It delivers the funds UI needs to drive our academic and research excellence while optimizing campus utilities for a generation to come. Check it out at uiowaenergycollaborative.com.
This is the Iowa Soybean Association postgame show, delivering solutions for every life, every day.
Tough one for the Hawks tonight as they lose to K-State, 65-58. Kansas State outscored the Hawkeyes in the fourth quarter, 23-14. Anybody's ball game, though, inside of a couple of minutes. Abby Stamp, assistant coach for the Hawkeyes, joins me courtside. And Abby, just a really tough night shooting the basketball, just kind of waiting for a little bit of a run from three. Just get something going offensively. Had one good run there in the third quarter. I think you outscored Kansas State 8-0 run. But it was just kind of tough sledding offensively tonight.
Yeah, definitely. And we knew it would be. We know they're a good defensive team. They've got great height, great length. Obviously, they've got a great rim protector in there with Aoka Lee in there. So we knew we were going to have to get inside and try to kick the ball inside out a little bit. Few too many turnovers looking to do that. Didn't really stick with the game plan a little bit early on that, and then just got a little rushed within our offense. We only ended up with 9 assists. That's certainly not Iowa basketball in the way we want to play. And then, the shooting woes, frustrating. I think we've now played 4 games, and we've really only had about one half where we've shot the ball the way that we feel like we're capable. So that is frustrating. That's going to, stick with the kids as they're going to bed tonight. But that's the thing about sports is you bounce back the next day and you just keep coming, show up consistently and do the work, and we know they're going to fall.
Was this kind of the pace and type of game that K-State would have looked to play?
Yeah, I think so. They did slow down our break a little bit. We didn't seem to get much going in that perspective. So, yeah, I think they wanted it to be a little more knockdown, drag out. I think we were proud of our defense. I think our defense really kept us in there for 3 quarters as we were kind of slugging along, and that's typically how it goes with us, just kind of slug along, punch back and forth, and wait till we kind of open things up. And I did think that 8-0 run was going to do that there. But then in the fourth, they were just able to get the ball inside to Aoka Lee. And then we couldn't, when she did miss, we couldn't keep her off the boards, and she get that Oborn put back. So she was big for him there in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, when at 6'6", with her skill, when you can catch it that deep, that's tough on defenses, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. And it makes it hard on us. We're kind of going back and forth between playing a little bit of 5 out, going a little bit smaller, and I think maybe would have been a little more successful in that offensively. But then at the same time, then that makes us, liable on the defensive end. So back and forth on what we should have done there, and we'll take a look at it tonight, and I'm sure beat ourselves up over a bunch of decisions. But yeah, credit to them. That's 2 years in a row they've come in and played really well against us, and got us twice, unfortunately.
But you mentioned the defense, which the Hawkeyes battled, and then on the boards, 47-38, including 15 offensive rebounds. And remember, several times a couple of tips to get an extra possession or try to get that fast break started. So a terrific effort in those 2 categories.
Yeah, definitely. And I think a lot of that credit goes, Sydney Alfalter, I think in her first start, she just makes a ton of those hustle plays, and she was absolutely no different in that tonight. Doesn't score a whole bunch, ends up with 5 points, but I think made a ton of hustle plays for us and did a great job there. So yeah, there's going to be some things, and we knew this going into this year. There's going to be a lot of things about this team that's different from last year. A little frustrating the way we've started shooting the ball and the way, we've been a little limited offensively, but definitely see some positives as far as the way our defense has showed up and how we've handled the board. So now if we can just kind of start putting everything together, and that's what it's about, right? It's a long season, and so you find out some answers as you go along, or you got a lot of questions as you go into the season, and you find out some answers with each game you play and make adjustments as you go.
Yeah, we're not even 2 weeks into the regular season, so a long way to go for sure. But how about Molly Davis? Really, I thought came on, gave you a spark. She played 21 minutes, 22 seconds, 3 for 3 from the floor, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line, and really hit some tough baskets in clutch situations.
Yeah, definitely. And Molly's got that great floater. She does a good job when she gets into the paint. She plays off 2 feet really well, has that ability to kind of shoot that floater, which was about the only thing we could get successful going to the rim tonight, just with the way they were able to protect the rim. So I thought she took advantage of that, knocked those down. She works on those shots all the time, so it's always good to see when, the women get, rewarded for where they put in the work.
Well, this one will hurt for a little while, but hey, Sunday night comes quick. The Drake Bulldogs coming off a big victory against Iowa State.
Yeah, definitely. They played last weekend, had the whole week to kind of get ready for us, so we know they'll be ready. Very different team as far as what we just faced in Kansas State, but very similar team to what you see from Drake year after year. So we'll start preparing for that tonight as a staff, and then the team will get bounced back tomorrow morning, and we'll have 2 good days in before we show up again with hopefully another great crowd on Sunday. All of us disappointed that we let this one slip away on our home court with that kind of support.
They'll be here, though.
All right. Thanks, Rob.
Abby Stamp on the postgame show. Appreciate her time and comments after Hawkeyes lose a tough one, 65-58. K-State 3-1 on the season, as the Hawkeyes are as well. 65-58 the final. Back with more postgame from Carver Hawkeye Arena after the break. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Do you want to play an integral part in helping the Hawks win championships? Now is your chance to make a difference. Join the Swarm today and partner with Iowa football and the Iowa men's and women's basketball programs to serve charities in eastern Iowa. Your tax-deductible Swarm donation will compensate our Iowa student athletes for working to further the missions of local charities such as the United Way, Big Brothers and Big Sisters, and more. Go to iowaswarm.com for more information and make Iowa athletics the place for our student athletes to experience the thrill of winning championships.
Escape to Italy and Sicily in September 2024 with travel leaders, Destinations Unlimited. Enjoy this melting pot of multicultural customs and cuisine and beautiful landscapes. After taking in Rome, we'll head down to the dramatic Sorrento coast and then journey from Italy's heel to its toe of Sicily. To learn more about this or any vacation, contact travel leaders, Destinations Unlimited at duagency.com. That's duagency.com.
Hawk fans, be sure to visit and connect with the official local business partners of the Iowa Hawkeyes, the hotel at Kirkwood Center, Iowa's premier luxury hotel, the Jill Armstrong team with Skogman Realty, the area's premier realtor, and Melrose Meadows, voted Iowa City's best retirement community. The hotel at Kirkwood Center, a AAA 4-diamond luxury property located just a few minutes from the Eastern Iowa Airport and downtown Cedar Rapids. Whether you're visiting for business or pleasure, the hotel is happy to welcome you. To make reservations, visit thehotelatKirkwood.com.
If you or someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen, 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Every Hawkeye game is fun, but some seasons are just special, like sold out before it even starts special. But you can still be there to see it. Play the Hawkeye Gold Scratch ticket, and you can win a VIP game day experience to see Iowa women's basketball. The Countdown to Carver promotion from the Iowa Lottery is your chance to witness greatness and some really, really deep threes. To enter your ticket and see details, visit ialottery.com/VIP. Welcome to the Iowa Soybean Association postgame show, delivering opportunities and results for Iowa's 40,000 soybean farmers.
K-State led for 18 minutes and 5 seconds. Iowa for 13-21. Wildcats win it 65-58. Let's head to the Hawkeye locker room.
We're here in the Iowa women's basketball locker room with Coach Bluter. Coach, it was a tough loss tonight, and simply put, the Hawks just couldn't connect, shooting 9 of 22 or 36% from the field. KSU also played a solid defensive game and really kind of took Caitlin Clark out of the game. Talk about what happened tonight out there.
Yeah, I thought that, first of all, I thought Kansas State played great defense, okay? This is the lowest numbers that we've shot, I don't know, in a long, long time. And so give credit to Kansas State. They're long. They have a rim protector down there with Aoka Lee. And so give credit to them. But this wasn't it was an ugly game, I thought, from both teams. I mean, both teams missed so many easy shots. And 9 assists for us that's an incredible low, and 16 turnovers. I mean, that's just not Iowa basketball. You know, and Kansas State has 14 assists and only 9 turnovers. So they really won this because they shot better from the 3 than we did. They shot 26%. We shot 9% from 3. Otherwise, it's a really close game.
Had one bright spot, had many bright spots, but one particular bright spot, Molly Davis in the fourth quarter. She scored 8 points, some big shots, some tough shots. Talk a little bit about that, how important it is to have players like Molly step up when maybe the shots aren't falling from some of your more regular offensive contributors.
Yeah, Molly's got that little floater that, you know, she doesn't have to get to the rim, where other people need to get to the rim to kind of to score. And Molly doesn't have to, so it worked out tonight for her. She had a really good night, going 3 for 3 from the field, 4 for 5 from the line, and only 1 turnover. So she had a nice night for us.
Thanks, Coach.
Tiffany, thank you. Head Coach Lisa Bluter's comments after tonight's game. Before we go back to the locker room and catch up with Molly Davis, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye Women's Basketball. Well, as Coach Bluter said, and Coach Stamp as well, Molly Davis came on in that fourth quarter. Ended up playing 21 minutes and 22 seconds, 3 out of 3 from the floor, 4 out of 5 from the free throw line, and had 10 points.
And we are here with Molly Davis, ended the game with 10 points. 8 of those points came in the fourth quarter with some big, tough shots. Molly, talk about what you felt going into the fourth quarter and stepping up to hit some big points.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that our outside shots weren't falling, so I knew that we all had to get to the basket and see some of those go through. So that was my mentality, is kind of having that intact mentality, and my shots were falling. So
awesome. Next up, Drake. How are you guys feeling? Have you even thought about that yet?
I mean, we know what the kind of team that they are. We play them just about every year. So, but I mean, it's one game at a time, so we haven't done much yet. But we know they're going to be a really tough team, and we'll be prepared.
Awesome. Thanks, Molly.
Thank you.
Molly Davis from the Iowa locker room. Obviously, disappointment tonight, but get back at it here the next couple of days and have a tough Drake Bulldog team picked to win the Missouri Valley Conference, and coming off a victory against Iowa State. That is a 6 o'clock tip on Sunday night. We'll be back to wrap things up from Carver Hawkeye Arena as Kansas State defeats the Hawkeyes 65-58. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from Learfield.
Someone you know is having thoughts of suicide, experiencing a mental health or substance use crisis, or just need someone to listen. 988 provides a direct connection to free, confidential, and compassionate support. When you call, text, or chat 988, you'll be quickly connected to trained crisis counselors who will listen to your concerns, provide support, and connect you to additional resources if needed. There is hope. You are not alone. For 24/7 support, call or text 988 or chat 988lifeline.org.
Ruggability. We straight made that word up. How else to describe the otherwise indescribable rugged, capable, incredible versatility and affordability of a Honda SUV? Car and Driver calls Honda the winningest brand in 10 best history. Your kids will call it totally lit. But we like ruggability. And you'll like the incredifantabulous deals, so see your Central Midwest Honda dealer today. Honda gets the Midwest.
Maybe your hometown celebrates long-standing Swiss traditions. Cow chip throwing. Or even classic car muscle. Everyone has a hometown, and every hometown has a festival. Cenex wants to hear about yours. That's why we're launching the Hometown Throwdown. Tell us about your fest, and it could win $100,000. Learn more at CenexHometownThrowdown.com. Cenex, powered locally.
Bananas are only 39 cents a pound at Hy-Vee. That's not a sale price. That's the price with the Hy-Vee Perks membership. And 39 cents a pound is not just the price today or this week. It's the Perks price every day. With the Hy-Vee Perks membership, you can save on hundreds of products store-wide every time you shop. And count on Perks prices to stay the same. So if you want to pay less for bananas every day, sign up for Hy-Vee Perks. It's free and easy. Some restrictions apply.
Thank you for joining us on the Iowa Soybean Association postgame show. Iowa, leading the nation in biodiesel production.
As Coach Bluter said, tough night shooting for the Hawkeyes, and especially from beyond the arc. 2 out of 21, just 9.5%. 6 out of 23 for K-State, who had a very good defensive game plan, have that size and length that can cause difficulty, especially trying to get to the rim, and I thought their help was very good as well. K-State wins it 65-58. Let's listen in on some of tonight's best Hawkeye plays. Here's Gabby Marshall on the right wing for the Hawkeyes. Gets it to Stalky, out behind the three-point arc. Takes a couple dribbles, cross-court pass to Molly Davis. She gets into the paint. Now back outside to Marshall. She fakes, goes up from 15, no. Gets her own rebound, put back good off the window. Stalky the rebound, nice box out. Gets it ahead to Davis across the timeline. Kylie Feuerbach in the game, right wing. drives baseline, kicks it to Goodman at the elbow. Now Stalkey drives down the right side, almost had it taken away, gathers it, and goes up strong and finishes. Sanchez fronting Stalkey down low. Now Clark out on the Hawkeye logo. Walker on her. She angles right side, hesitates. Now step back long. 2 is good. Stalkey down on the right block. Kicks it left side. A Falter. 27-21. A Falter drops it into O'Grady on the move. Left-handed layup good. Clark with the rebound across the timeline. Angles right side. Step back 3 right wing. No good. Sydney a Falter. The putback off the window is good. And she's fouled. Tied at 27. Glenn racing to the hoop down the left side. Left-handed layup is no good. Lost control of it on the way up. Hawks with the rebound. In the front court, Gabby Marshall. Gets it to Clark, coming off a screen, top of the key, 3, count it. Played less than half of the first 2 quarters because of foul trouble, and Clark buries a 3-pointer just right at the top of the key.
She's coming at it.
Caitlin brings it across the timeline herself. Gets a screen by Goodman. Now drives the right side. Shot good. Off the window. And a chance for 3. Tied at 42. Here's Clark. Drives toward the basket. Step back 15-footer baseline. Rolls around and through. And that was a big hoop at the time for the Hawkeyes. But the fourth quarter went the way of K-State, outscoring Iowa 23-14. We were tied at 13 after 1. Hawkeyes outscored Kansas State in the second quarter, 17-16, 14-13 through the third. And then K-State with that finish as they went on a 12-0 run. The final 2 minutes and 22 seconds made 5 of their last 5 field goals. The Hawkeyes missed their last 7 and just 2 of their last 10, and had that scoring drought of 2 minutes and 43 seconds. But the defense was there. The effort was there. One of the better rebounding efforts by the Hawkeyes with the length and size that Kansas State possesses inside. But tonight it wasn't enough, and K-State walks away with their 3rd victory of the year. The Hawkeyes at now 3-1. Got up to number 2 this week, and that'll certainly change, but that's not the focus. Isn't a big deal. In November, the focus has to turn to the Drake Bulldogs here at Carver Hawkeye Arena on Sunday night at 6 o'clock. That's the tip time. We'll be on the air at 5:45. We'll end the weekend with you. Don't forget Iowa men's basketball tomorrow. That's a 7 o'clock tip against Arkansas State. Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen will be on the air at 6 o'clock. Then we've got Hawkeye football on Saturday. Iowa and Illinois. Hawkeyes going for the West Division title. 2:30 tip, 12:30 for the pregame show. And then the aforementioned Iowa-Drake game on Sunday. 6 o'clock tip. Airtime, the pregame show at 5:45. Certainly appreciate you staying with us tonight, and we'll certainly hope for better news on Sunday. But for tonight, Kansas State 65, Iowa 58. For Tiffany Reedy, I'm Rob Brooks. Thanks once again for listening. This is Iowa Hawkeye women's basketball from their field.
This has been the Iowa Soybean Association postgame show. Biodiesel, moving Iowa forward. Hawkeye women's basketball has been brought to you by Bud Light, easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Authentic Brand, unique Hawkeye apparel at authentic-brand.com. Hy-Vee, score big savings at HyVeeDeals.com. And by Iowa Lottery, be a VIP with the Iowa Lottery. Visit IALottery.com for details. The preceding has been a Learfield presentation on the Hawkeye Sports Network.